Field in Charleston, Illinois on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's the Ohio Valley Conference Gateway Football Conference Challenge. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Ramsey. Rich Baldinger is here with me. And, Rich, we've got the Conference Challenge, and we've got two teams that have played 91 times. This should be a good one.
We've got passion. We've got some fire out there today, folks. Don't ask me to count to 91, though, Bob. I look for a great game today.
Let's talk about the keys to this game, and we'll start with Illinois State and talk about their offense. It's a good one, and it's led by their quarterback, Mike Sousa.
Yes, it is. Mike Sousa, number 5 at the quarterback position, leading the Gateway in total passing. He is the key to this offense to get going after 3 games. I'll tell you what, Illinois State offense is on a roll.
Now, the challenge that Mike Sousa and Illinois State will face from Eastern Illinois is that fabulous linebacking core.
The 3 amigos, number 2, number 6, and number 30. Not lotto numbers, folks. I'm talking the linebackers. Number 2, Nick Ricks. The middle linebacker, Fred Miller, number 6. And, of course, number 30, Jacob Maurer. All 3 of them can run very well, and they're going to have to pursue today if they want to come out on top in this game.
It should be quite a battle. It's Eastern Illinois and Illinois State coming up next on Fox Sports Net. And we're ready to get this one underway. Stephen Carroll, the junior, ready to let it fly. The 91st meeting is underway. They go back deep, and it is caught and returned up the middle of the 20 to 25, broke a tackle to the 30, and a very nice return by Andre Raymond, the 5'11 senior.
5'11 senior, number 5. We're going to be saying his name a lot. This is the one man that's going to have to step up. He's been an outside runner, Bob. Now with the former running back Taylor gone, he's got to be able to go inside and outside. Well, you know what? You're going to get a little sore now as you go inside. He needs to have a big game today.
From the 31, 1st and 10. Sophomore quarterback Andrew Harris under center. A 28-yard return on that opening kick. Little motion. It's a pitch back, and Andre Raymond around the right side. Nice block, and he bumps forward, breaking a tackle for a first down. Let's take a look at our offensive lineup. As we said, Andrew Harris comes in at quarterback, but first there's a look at your offensive line.
Left tackle, Frank Castagnoli. He's the oldest man. We've got two rookies starting on this offensive line at left guard and right guard today.
There you see your backs and ends.
Watch for Nick Eller, the tight end, number 88. Great hands, a big guy, can get downfield, make things happen.
And that is Andy Vincent. So they switch back to their original starting quarterback right before the game as Vincent fakes the handoff, tried to roll, but he is rolling nowhere. Ray Robinson pounds him in the backfield. Now let's take a look at our defense for the Illinois State Redbirds. They come in with a record of 2-1.
And we're starting with Ray Robinson, number 97. He's the experienced guy. He needs to step up, and we just saw him make a big play there. Justin Martindale, young guy in the middle, but playing well. And then, of course, number 46, Boomer Grigsby, the ubiquitous Boomer Grigsby. He's everywhere, folks. And, of course, the cornerback, Sam Jurgen, Antoine Oliver, much improved this year over last year.
2nd and 19, just short of the 33-yard line. Andy Vincent, the junior. In at quarterback, out of the shotgun, a high snap. He's in some trouble, tripped up and dropped. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Let's talk a little bit about that quarterback situation. Coaches were a little uncomfortable with Vincent. Before the game, they told us that Andrew Harris was going to start, and we expected that until we saw the opening snap. Vincent back out there.
Well, I think Andy Vincent just has a better understanding of the offense. But today, the big question mark is going to be up front, the offensive line. Listen, you're going to be blocking a defense that loves to run stunts on the inside. We just saw Ray Robinson coming from a stack position on his sack. That's going to be the big question mark for the O-line for EIU.
Vincent out of the shotgun, out of Paonia, Colorado. Set up and slapped away. Slapped back to the turf. I believe it was Mike Blau who jumped in there, the 6'5 sophomore. Got a big paw up there and slapped it away. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we see Mike Blau on the slap. But I'm going to tell you what, Illinois State, they're just going to bring the house. When you've got a young quarterback, you're going to blitz them to death. Eastern Illinois is going to want to run a lot of those bubble screens to work to the outside. Get your hands up. The quarterback can't make the throw.
I said he got the big paw up there. I think he got it with his grill.
I'll tell you what, that is a big hand.
Eastern will kick it away at 4th and 19. End over end. The catch is made. Fair catch. Called for and made as Pocha was able to haul that one in, and that's where Illinois State will take over at their own 27-yard line.
Andrew Proposi returning punts now. Used to do it in high school. Andrew Proposi, not the biggest individual in the world, only 5'11", 191, but smart and knows the game.
Let's take a look at Mike Souza, the quarterback's lineup, see who he's got out there. I know you like the offensive line. You see Souza, the 6-foot senior. There's his line.
Up front, Mike Stegeman, Stafford Davis, Jerry Melville, Sean Weed, who's as big as a mountain at right tackle.
Souza, handoff, Demetrius Johnson to the line of scrimmage, and he got stacked up pretty well. Now we'll take a look at the Panthers, the Eastern Illinois Panthers defense, and see how they'll try and stop them.
I don't think we have the Illinois State
Illinois
defense.
State up
we
there.
don't have them up front.
Wanzek, Lorick, Bine, and Lopi
yeah, they
on
are.
the line.
We'll get that corrected for you.
Now Souza rolling out. He's picked off. Picked off at the 30-yard line. He's going to run it all the way back in. Fred Miller, touchdown. The middle linebacker, Fred Miller, takes it in 31 yards. He picks off Mike Souza. Oh, reminiscing from last year's matchup.
Bad nightmares. Nightmare on Elm Street. Mike Souza sets up in the pocket here, and I'll tell you what, I talked about those linebackers. They do a great job of getting dropped. They're very good readers. They understand. You see number 6, Fred Miller, going up, and I'm telling you, these are athletic linebackers, folks. They are the key and the heart and the soul of this defense. They come out with a big turnover. They want to set the tempo, and that's the way you do it.
Wow. Now Eastern. For the point after. And they had no one to hold. They had no one to hold. We'll take a break. Be right back. 6-0 Eastern Illinois. Ready for the point after. The interception run back for the touchdown. Steve Kuhn, the sophomore. The holder, Andy Vincent. Eastern Illinois' defense steps up, and the PAT is good by Steve Kuhn. It is 7-0 Eastern Illinois. A lightning quick turn of events as Fred Miller stepped up, and that was a very athletic play to pick that one off from the rolling out Mike Souza.
Yeah, we saw Mike Souza on the play action on the boot, and we'll take a look at it again. And he's rolling out. I'm not exactly sure. They're playing what they call quarters, which is a zone defense, and he's seeing his tight end, Larson, trying to get behind him. But right there, that's the athleticism. I told you, a Fred Miller in the middle from one of those linebackers, former strong safety from last year. They moved him outside linebacker. Now he's in the middle. He can run. He's all over the place. In fact, a couple weeks ago against Missouri last week, they held them scoreless until right at the end of the first half. Some turnovers. It would have been a lot closer game.
6'1" is Fred Miller, 230. You could see he could fly, and you called that early, that these linebackers have speed and are all over the field.
Yeah, that was Steve Sass, excuse me, the tight end on a little crossing pattern. He was trying to get behind the linebacker. It was just a poor throw by Mike. Excuse me, Bob, that was Groundhog Day. Remember that movie?
I do.
Just kept going over and over.
Illinois State back to receive.
Bill Murray, remember Bill Murray in that?
That's a good one. End over end. Caught at the 10. To the 20. Oh, a big space across the 30. Did you see that seam open up? To the 34-yard line. Joe Watkins on the return.
This is a great return. They set up the wall, take it right up the middle. We have number 9, Joe Watkins, young guy, junior wide receiver, showing good speed, but we do have a flag on the play. We have a personal foul on Eastern, and these are the type of penalties you don't want to get after you've just had a big interception for a touchdown. So important that, Bob, when you talk about kickoff return, as we listen to the call.
Personal foul on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
We go to
Well, Illinois State now gets a little break as they're trying to recover from that quick, cold slap in the face on the opening series.
That was a left hook, a quick left hook. Let's see if they can stand up and take the rest of the round.
Souza with Johnson, the lone setback at the 50. And the give straight ahead. Slipped the tackle and moved across the 45 to almost the 43-yard line. The defensive end, Corey Lope, made the tackle on Demetrius Johnson, who's averaging 5.9 yards a carry.
Yes, he is, and he's running behind the right guard, number 69, John Ferguson. We have another personal foul, this time on Illinois State. And I talked about there's going to be passion, there's going to be fire today, and we're seeing it already.
You played down in those trenches, and you want to get established who's the boss down there early, don't you?
Oh, yes, and it's a matter of survival on the block.
So after a nice run by Demetrius Johnson, that's wiped out. We'll roll it back into Redbird territory across the 41-yard line, short of the 42.
Demetrius Johnson, number 20, a great downhill runner, gets behind his offensive line, and this is a very good offensive line, and we'll be talking about them during the game today.
2nd and 18. Slot left, slot right. Out of the shotgun. Sousa has some time. Nice time across the middle. He throws it too high. That was intended. Joe Watkins. Sousa had all kinds of time that time, Rich.
Yeah, he's had a great protection all year so far. We see him set up in the pocket, a little play action to freeze the defense. Now he's looking, we just see the running play, excuse me. Now we'll see the protection. That was a good running play. But up front, watch the guys, what they do, how they get separation. They stop the defensive line, give your quarterback a throwing lane.
3rd and 18. Sousa back to throw. Has time again, steps up across the middle. It's complete to the 30-yard line. Down to the 29, Ramon Barber, the sophomore out of West Palm Beach. We had time, and there was a lot of space deep.
We're having Eastern Illinois. They're playing actually quarters. They're playing a zone defense. They're dropping out quick, but Ramon Barber finding a hole in the zone, settling down, and you've seen the way Mike Sousa is delivering the football right there on the inside in the post pattern. Nice catch for Ramon Barber as Illinois State begins to get its offense moving.
From the 39, they send Barber out into the slot on the right side. Demetrius Johnson, the lone setback behind Mike Sousa. From the 28, he rolls and keeps. Got a block and is taken down just short of the 20-yard line. Fred Miller, the middle linebacker, is there.
Fred Miller on the tackle, but with Mike Sousa, he has the ability to run too. He's another running back in that backfield. Good feet, good athleticism. Let's take it from the pit level, Bob, as we're running a little option. Makes the defensive back commit to the running back. He turns it up. That's the way you run that option. Once you see your defensive man commit one way, he's turning it up, put the ball away, 2 hands around the ball. Don't want any chance of fumbling the football. Dwayne
Smith wide left, Laurent Robinson wide to the right side. Johnson, the setback behind Sousa. And somebody moved on the right side, I think. Was that Jim Ferguson?
John Ferguson?
The 6'3" senior.
That's why I told you to stand up. I don't want to count the 91. These are the little errors that have cost them in the past. How many games have we done, Bob, and we've seen this? They get to the red zone and mistakes.
2nd and 8 now from the 26. Sousa, quick drop, slips, stays on his feet. Sousa almost brought down, gets back to the 21-yard line. He wanted to cut back. By the way, this is only the 2nd game as we talk about the slip, only the 2nd game on this new field here at Eastern Illinois. Pro grass is what they're calling this, but it's typical of what's been going on around the country, Rich, with the ground up, finely ground rubber as a base.
Yep, you crushed up tires, you're running around on that, and I'm not really too happy with it. It seems like you're rocking on a boat when you're standing on that, and the speedster that I was.
You don't think that could be an inner ear problem for you? Could you? Is it possible? It's just a question.
We'll discuss that off the air,
I'm
sir.
sorry. I didn't.
Let's go.
Number 64, Stafford Davis on the hold. See, got his hands on the outside, and
yep. Nice takedown.
The reason why it is because his hands are outside the framework. If they're inside, it's a good block. It's a pancake.
2nd and 13. Rumbling forward. Nick Ricks pulls him down. Johnson back just across the original line of scrimmage.
Nick Ricks, 5'11", 230 pounds. You don't think he's a very big individual, doesn't look strong, but right there you saw him take on the offensive guard, 64, Stafford Davis. Good form, was in on the tackle. He's very deceiving. Not only quick, but he's very strong.
17 tackles, 2 games, 8 solo tackles. Now they'll stagger the backs. Krieger, the fullback, back there with Johnson. Souza drops, has some time. Krieger got out there, slapped away, and almost intercepted. Vince Lewis came from that left cornerback position and slapped it away. I know he would tell you he should have caught it.
Yes, he should have. And right now, as I said, Eastern's playing almost a cover 4. That was a cover 2 zone. Almost looks like a cover 4. They're disguising it, which means everyone's dropping deep. They're not going to let anybody get back. You see the linebacker in the throwing lane. That's a very difficult throw. Look for them to maybe hit some draws or come back to the middle.
Well, now they'll try the field goal. It's long enough, it's high enough, and it's good. 43-yard, I believe that was. We'll take a break, and so Illinois State gets on the board, but Eastern has the lead. 7-3. We'll be back with more on Fox Sports Net. Illinois State holding on to their 7-3 lead, and our Eastern Illinois with that lead as Illinois State gets on the board. A 44-yard field goal for Stephen Carroll. Now he's going to kick off to Eastern Illinois. The Panthers' Andre Raymond is deep, and he's going to let it roll through. He would have caught that, have been 6 or 8 yards deep. Now, let's go on the sideline. The third member of our broadcast team, Jim Hayes, on the sideline. Jimmy?
All right, Bob, we were told that Andrew Harris would be starting at quarterback for Eastern. I was watching pregame warm-ups, and Harris looked like he got on the field late. Vincent was taking all the snaps during the pregame warm-ups. I had a suspicion that it would be Vincent starting, but Bob, I'm wrong so often, I did not call it to your attention.
You just trust your instincts, Jim. We'll follow you. Jim Hayes on the sideline. Andy Vincent. And the pitch back for Andre Raymond around the left side. Got a nice block. Cuts it back up across the 30 to the 32.
And that's a nice sweep to the outside. And this is where he's most affected, Andre. He likes the outside. Let's take a look at it. But this is where he used to run last year, following his fullback number 34, Dave Campione. Gets his shoulder square off downfield, and this is where they think they'll be effective, because up front they feel the young guys aren't very good at straight ahead blocking. Get him out on the edge, get Andre Raymond in open space, use his athleticism.
Campione and Raymond behind Andy Vincent. The give again to Raymond. Look at him carry the tacklers with him on his back. Another first down. Andre Raymond looked like he was going to be brought down across the line of scrimmage, and he just carried him on his back.
Oh, so he did in the offensive line. Again, this was the question mark. The coaches were worried. How would they hold up against this defense? Well, right now, folks, the young men in the pits and the blue jerseys are winning, and that was a great cut by Andre Raymond. He's not really happy with running inside. Sometimes it just takes time to get used to what your offensive lineman's doing. He looks comfortable, I would say, at this moment.
Now Vincent out of the shotgun. Raymond back with him. 1st and 10 at the 43. Inside handoff. Raymond, the 45, the 50, and brought down in Illinois State territory. Antoine Oliver, the left corner, had to step up and make that stop.
And we're seeing right now up front, the defense that they run is what we call a 4-4-3, and the reason why they like to run this is it gets a lot of men up on the line of scrimmage, 8 men in the box. But one of the problems with Illinois State's defense is it relies on a lot of blitzes, twists, and if you don't get in the right gap, it's usually a big play for the offense, as we see Andre Raymond on a nice run.
Vincent Webb and Campione behind Andy Vincent, the quarterback. Slot left, in motion to the right side. It's a pitch back and a fumble, recovered on the hop. Vincent Webb, the redshirt freshman, was able to dribble that ball upfield. He did a little crossover dribble there and got it back across the 40 to the 37. Vincent Webb.
52, John Reuter. 72, Andrew Dufresne. pulling out front on a toss sweep, getting downfield. And let me tell you something, they're winning the battle in the pits. Folks, I watched the film. Let's take it again. Now watch them pull. As you see a little angle fire, linebackers don't scrape, allows their offensive lineman to get out front. And that's just big bodies on big bodies. The offensive line's going to win every time.
Vincent will be out of the shotgun this time. Mark it at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Movement all over the place. Osborne out wide to the right side. Motion everywhere. Quick hit across the middle. It is caught. Short gain. Larrick on the tackle. Nick Eller made that catch. The senior out of Hubbard, Iowa.
Watching Eastern, they're going to spread the field, try to get some good throwing lanes, get people matched up one-on-one, try to create the mismatch. But Illinois, we see number 97, Ray Robinson, walks up inside. Take a look at it. He's going to get a chance to blitz, and they're going to try to confuse that offensive line. But Nick Eller comes up with a big grab across the middle.
He drops back off the line, and they have him listed as a backup fullback, so he can play all over, almost like an H-back. Now he drops to Vincent, has time, throws long, has a man open, bobbled, caught, touchdown! Ryan Voss. The 6'5" freshman Ryan Voss, 35-yard touchdown catch. He did a little juggling act as he crossed the goal line, but the freshman Ryan Voss gets 6.
6'5", 190 pounds. He's just throwing into his body. The young freshman runs a nice post pattern across the field. And the question mark for Illinois State has always been their coverage in the defensive backfield. Again, struggling, gives up another touchdown.
Steve Kuhn for the point after. It is good. And Eastern Illinois striking very quickly early. Makes it 14-3.
This is what we talk about, an interstate rivalry. But look at up front. The offensive line's been giving them time. You've seen a lot of stunts where they picked it up. Boomer comes a little late, but he can't get there. And here it is again. Most likely, we see the safety looking into the backfield. That is number 1 for Illinois State. Sam Jurgen, the cornerback, most likely was looking in the backfield on the stunt, got caught up, and the young man, Ryan Voss, number 80, on the big catch for Eastern Illinois.
How about that? It's out of Punta Gorda, Florida.
The Florida connection for both teams.
Coach Jerome Bettis fought asthma and critics to become the NFL's Rookie of the Year. But after personal tragedy almost made him leave the game, he went on to become a perennial Pro Bowler. Beyond the Glory shows you the Jerome Bettis you've never known. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. only Fox Sports Net. Jerome Bettis.
Let's go, baby. The Buff. Ryan Voss. We just saw a picture of him on the sideline. Now that's a baby face. He has not seen a track 2 yet, Razor. The young guy.
6 plays, 80 yards. Voss with a nice catch. And I'll tell you what, you're going to look at those, the right cornerback is going to be looking at films all week and saying, even if I give him a step, if I can hit him, he drops it because of the juggle.
Yes, he does. And Sam Jurgen, as I said, last couple years we've seen them here on the Gateway games. It's always been a problem. The penalties in the red zone and defensive coverage. And it seems like they just have not had the communication yet. And again, just like in the Illinois game, a couple miscommunication makes some big plays. Today we saw it here in the first quarter against Eastern. And I'll tell you what, there's some fire in Eastern. We haven't seen them on film play like this, but today they're coming out with some smoke.
Kuhn will kick it off for Eastern Illinois. High and deep. Joe Watkins again back from his own 7. Got some space. Good speed. Got a block. Up the sideline. Across the 40. I see a flag to near the 45 before he's run out of bounds. But there is a flag on the field at the 31-yard line.
It's a party festival today of flags. They're going all over the place. The men in the striped jerseys. But another, it looks probably like another holding. And I tell you, these are just some of the things that's always hurt Illinois State. They come out and they hear the penalty. Top block.
That was a nice return. Joe Watkins.
Joe Watkins, a young man, great speed. And Bob, most likely the block took place against somebody who wasn't even going to come close to making the tackle anyways, and that's what even makes it harder for a head coach.
So instead of the 40 or 45, all the way back at their own 15-yard line, just short of the 16. Mike Souza with Demetrius Johnson in the backfield. And the give. Johnson has nowhere to run. Check that. It was Sharon Edwards who's getting a chance. Sharon Edwards out of Uniondale, New York, brought down by the cornerback Terrence Sanders. Sharon Edwards, you knew you were going to see him averaging 6.6 a carry. Johnson, the starter, 252 yards coming into the game on the season. Edwards, 262.
And Sharon Edwards is more of your scat back. He's the type of guy who likes to dance a little bit, but when you're running between the tackles, there's no time to dance. You got to get through the hole.
6'2", 201. A fake, and then the pitch. Edwards again cuts it back nicely to the 20. A short gain, a lot of running for just a few yards. But you saw how elusive Sharon Edwards could be.
They said that his hips most likely are like a swivel. You never know where they're going to be. And we saw right there, he turned a loss into a positive gain. And that's, again, the running back ability of Sharon Edwards. And it continues here at Illinois State. Quincy Washington, we think about all the great running backs. Every year, they always seem to have a couple guys in the backfield that can do some amazing things.
They split Laurent Robinson out wide to the right side, slot left. Edwards back, spins around one man, good misdirection, but brought down by Will Byan, the 6-foot sophomore, 6', 285. Will Byan brought him down, and so Illinois State tried to keep it on the ground with Sharon Edwards and to go nowhere.
Yeah, we call that a power O, the off guard pulling around, and I'll tell you what, those linebackers are taking on them offensive guards right in the hole, not allowing any running space for the running backs of Illinois State.
Troy Master will put it blocked. It's blocked. Eastern picks it up and scores.
I think we're going to have an offsides on Eastern.
And offside. Well, that gives you a little bit of an edge when you jump over there, doesn't it? Terrence Sanders picked up the block and took it in. Try and find any edge you can, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm trying to find the alarm clock and maybe give it over to the other side, to Illinois State, to wake them up. The game started. They need to get going here.
And that'll be a first
Offside
down.
on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Play results in a first down.
Let's take a look.
Take a look in the middle. You're trying to get that extra jump, but you have to watch the football, and there's just no excuse for that. There's no excuse at all for Eastern Illinois, and they turn what could have been another quick touchdown. Yeah, you're giving this a little bit of life to Illinois State.
Krieger lining up at fullback behind Mike Souza. From the 29, 1st and 10, as they get the benefit of that penalty, very fortuitous. And here we go again, this time Demetrius Johnson again over the right side, still on his feet, cuts it back, has some room. What a run! Out of the crowd and out to the 50. 21-yard carry.
Demetrius Johnson on just a slant play straight ahead behind his guard, right tackle. But he's in. I talked about his downhill running ability, making a nice move in the line to pick up a big gain and maybe get some fire. Again, let's watch in the eye play. Watch number 20, Demetrius Johnson, comes inside as his tackle. Sean Weezer, now he makes another break. That's some running, some shake in the open field for Demetrius Johnson, number 20.
Krieger the fullback, Johnson the tailback. And it's a pitch for Demetrius Johnson. Has space up the right side to the 45 and out at the 40, close to a first down. We'll see the mark. It's going to be just short. At the 41, and let's take another look at it right into the eyes of Demetrius Johnson.
Demetrius Johnson showing some quickness to the outside and speed, getting up the field, and does an excellent job of following blockers. In the last play, we saw him wait for his fullback to get up on the linebacker. He makes his break. That's what you have to do at tailback position. Let those big guys get up front. Get into the defensive line. Let them make their blocks, then you make your breaks.
Second down, about a half a yard. Johnson the lone setback this time. There's the fakes and rolls. All kinds of time as he rolls it out and completes it. Across the 30 to the 27-yard line for Ramon Barber. The 6-foot sophomore. Another big play by Ramon Barber. averaging 6 yards a catch, and that's a big first down play there.
You get the running game going, and the boot pass opens up. Watch the flow of the inside linebackers. Here comes Mike Souza outside. Now we see how everybody committed to the run. Now he makes the excellent throw behind the defensive back, number 41, the safety, Walsh, John Walsh, makes a nice throw, Mike Souza, for the big first down.
Trips right. Johnson by himself in the back. Souza keeps it this time across the line of scrimmage. Bulls his way forward to close to the 21-yard line.
With the field, with a strength to the right side, they're thinking that the defense will offset to the field. That's why they try to run back to that, what they run the option into the weak side of the field, thinking they might be able to pick up a quick game because the defense is off shifted. But you see Illinois, Eastern Illinois' ability to pursue, stay at home for a nice tackle.
Watkins ride wide to the right side. And they drew him off. Stegeman.
Now, Bob,
was it the left tackle Stegeman, or did they draw Eastern?
No, it was the left tackle.
Full start on the offense.
Mike Stegeman, 6'5" sophomore, on that left side.
Now, if I was correct, the last time they were down here, they hit kryptonite. They got a holding penalty. This time they get another penalty inside the red zone. And again, I mean, you are not going to win games if you continue to get penalties and hurt yourself in the red zone.
2nd and 11 now. Krieger is the fullback. Quick drop, throwing for the corner. Catch, touchdown, flag. Joe Watkins with the catch. And 6, and we have a flag. That'll be on Eastern. Well, you saw that one develop, Rich Ballinger. As he dropped and threw, he threw to that spot, and Joe Watkins knew where to go.
As we listen here to the penalty, it looks like you're going to have defensive holding on it, on the play. Oh, we're going to have, no, it's on the inside. Joe Watkins on the push-off.
Oh!
Let's take a look at it. Great speed coming off the line. Great release. Look at the pocket. Mike Souza getting all the time he needs. He lays it up on the little corner route. Now watch. Going to see it right at the back, on the back side, on the corner.
There it was.
Right there's the push. Good call on the referee. Good call.
Oh, they just talked about the jump from
Pass
the left
interference
tackle.
on the offense. But the 15-yard penalty remains 2nd down.
20
Talk
yards.
about stagnating again. Well, worse than stagnating, moving backwards. Wow.
Disintegrating on offense when they get near the red zone. You can't have those type of mistakes. That was excellent cover by Vincent. Over the top, ran well with Joe Watkins.
65 yards in penalties already with just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Souza will keep in some trouble. Spins it back across the 35 to the 33, and another flag.
Holding. Another holding.
You can see some frustration now. Jeremy Melville, the center for Illinois State, came walking away. Very upset. Denver Johnson, not a happy coach at this point.
No, he's not. And, you know, and that was really good cover by Vince Lewis.
Yep.
On on Watkins on the corner route. He ran right with them. As soon as Watkins looked at the football, he did. And that was caused the push off. And that was excellent coverage. That's what you want to do. When you're man-to-man, as soon as the receiver looks at the ball, you look at the ball.
It'll be 2nd down again.
Holding on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains 2nd down.
At the Eastern 48-yard line.
We were at the 20 3 plays ago. We were at the 23 plays. Denver Johnson.
2nd and 23.
I don't know if there's enough sedatives in the world right now. The big man.
Smith and Laurent Robinson to the right side. Ramon Barber to the left side. Demetrius Johnson, the setback, with Krieger, the fullback. Dropping to throw, Souza steps through, gets a block. Throws on the run. Incomplete. I believe that was Laurent Robinson who came back to try and make that grab.
Yeah, 81 one.
looking for Robinson.
Yeah, looking for Robinson. Robinson came back towards the football. He's thinking that the pass will be delivered to the outside, but on that little comeback, you got to expect the ball coming hard inside. You got to settle down. A little miscommunication between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
3rd and 33 now.
Right now, all the bolts are falling apart for Illinois State on offense.
Massengale goes wide to the right side. Souza back. Has some time. Flushed out. Steps up. Throws. Deflected and caught. Oh, what a catch. I believe that was Massengale that came across. Massengale made the catch, the 6'4" junior, but he is down. He paid the price for that one.
When you go across the middle, you know you're going to get hit. He makes a great catch, Massengale, lays his body out, but when you go up for that football, it is just you. As they say, it's duck hunting season. That was a nice pass from Mike Souza. Tremendous time up front to throw the football. Offensive line giving him a nice throwing lane.
Let's take a look as they work on Massengale, the 6'4" junior out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. Here's what happened on the play.
Watching number 8 again. It said the pocket protection's been excellent all day from Mike Souza. He gets time, moves around, buys a little more time. Now he delivers the ball to Avery Massengale. As I said, when you go across the middle, you go up for that football. It is duck hunting season, as we used to say. Those defensive back and linebackers are coming at you like bullets.
It looked like his one leg got twisted up behind him as he went down.
Part of being a great receiver is concentration and knowing you're going to get hit, the commitment to catch the football. Avery and Massengale doing a good job.
Now 4th down, and we'll have the field goal attempt. Stephen Carroll. 47-yard field goal attempt. He has one from 44 yards. He's ranked 5th in the country. 6 of 7 on field goals on the season. Snap back, Carroll. It's good. So 2 deep field goals by Stephen Carroll is keeping Eastern Illinois in the game. A 47-yard field goal, a 44 earlier, and a 47-yard field goal, and it's 14-6.
They've overcome some ridiculous amount of penalties so far. They're down only 7-6 right now in this game. Excuse me, 14-6. Excuse me, I had the score there wrong. And anyways, but right now though, this offense, we've watched this team so many times, and they've just the mistakes that they continue to make in the red zone. I don't understand. These people have been playing together. There's no reason for it.
Let's go to Jim Hayes down on the sideline. And Jimmy, the Illinois State defense now has to step up.
Well, you guys were saying Denver Johnson isn't happy. Neither is defensive coordinator Ron Lampert. Not just about that last touchdown catch, that juggling catch by Boss. He says his guys are not running to the football. He said Eastern had laid the football on the turf a couple of times. No white jerseys around it. He said wake up and play football. So we'll see what they do, Bob.
Both coaches fuming, and we've got a good game here. Thanks, Jim. 14-6 as Carroll will kick it off. Andre Raymond back deep at his own goal line. Team Carroll has the leg. He put the last one into the end zone. Drills it again. Raymond catches, drops it, and drops to a knee.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a sluggishness on the defense for Illinois State right now. They need to get that abandonment, how they used to play. And, you know, we saw them against Illinois, even though they didn't win the game, and Truman State. And right now, they're not doing that on the field right now because the men in blue are winning in the job in the pits. And I'll tell you what, when the big men up front start getting some confidence, it's going to be hard to stop them.
1st and 10 for the Panthers as they come out with Andre Raymond, the lone setback behind Andy Vincent. Osborne wide to the right side for the Eastern Illinois Panthers on top 14-6. And the pitch back for Raymond. A couple of good blocks, and he's run out of bounds. Nice gain of nearly 6 yards. Raymond averages 4.5 yards a carry coming in.
Yes, he does. And in that time, they had a trip to the left side. They get that toss pitch. They get some blocks out front. And the wide receivers and the tight ends right now for Eastern Illinois are doing an excellent job of downfield blocking. And if you want to be a good sweep team, your receivers have to be able to block. That's why they picked up 8 yards on that running play.
Vincent sends Ryan Voss, who caught that touchdown, wide to the right side. 2nd and 3. Give to Raymond. Stutter step, a block, up the middle of the field, across the 35 to the 40. First down and brought down at the 43-yard line.
We're going to have a holding, it looks like, on the backside on Eller, the tight end.
Nick Eller, a little zealous on the hold.
But either way, Eastern right now has done a great job of mixing up the different formations of running, the inside and the outside. And I'm telling you, this game is not difficult. It's just a battle in the trenches, and the men in the blue are winning significantly.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
And the big question mark was Andre Raymond running as hard as he could. Well, right now, he's doing a great job of reading where the blockings are going up front, making his cuts. When you get a running game going like this, it opens up everything else in the offense.
Jermaine Mobley wide to the right side. Alfred Osborne wide left with Raymond the setback behind Vincent. Second and 10. Tried that quick hitter, looking for Andre Raymond out of the backfield, but threw it behind him. And Jim Hayes has an update for us down on the sideline. Jim?
Yeah, Avery Massengale just took that big hit for Illinois State a few plays back. They say it's an ankle sprain. They're taping up his ankle, so I believe he will be coming back into the ball game, Bob.
Well, when they made that tackle, thank you, Jim, it looked like he got twisted up and they grabbed that leg.
No, it's good it's not a knee. You always like to see the guys come back quick.
3rd and 10 now. Eastern had been rolling, got stopped here. 2 split to the right side, 1 left. Raymond staggered, shotgun for Vincent. Sends his man in motion. Hobson drops, wants to throw to the sideline high, and what a catch! What a catch on the sideline by Alfred Osborne. Yergin brought him down, the right cornerback.
Yeah, man-to-man coverage, and we see Osborne going up and taking the pass down. Again, good protection up front. That was a big question mark. But Yergin giving up a lot of space underneath. You know, he got beat deep over the middle by Ryan Voss. So look at them to continue to pick on him on the quick outs and the slants.
A pair of ones battling each other, and Osborne wins that battle. Very athletic catch and a first down. That'll end the first quarter of play. We'll take a break and come back with more of our Ohio Valley Gateway Football Conference. Big challenge here at Eastern Illinois versus Illinois State. 2nd quarter next from Fox Sports Net.
PAT attempt, if not that, a field goal attempt, if not that, a punt. But to end every drive with a kick, we'll be okay.
Well, Rich Baldinger, he got field goals. He didn't get the PATs he wanted.
He got PATs and he's got a whole lot of penalties. So I can imagine. And the thing about most people know about Denver Johnson, he's very choice words. He comes from a rather bucolic setting in Oklahoma. So I suspect at halftime, I would like to hear some of his isms.
Well, yeah, we'll see what kind of isms he has. 2nd and 15. The first play was stuffed on the right side. Vincent wants to throw, and does, and overthrows his intended receiver, Jermaine Mobley. Yergin on the cover.
I don't know if we can get a chance to take it at the replay on just that last play, but the fullback, number 34, Dave Campione, he stepped up and he hit Boomer Grigsby right in the chops, and you could hear the pop all the way up here. Right now, the offense for Eastern has done a tremendous job of picking up the blitzes in the front. Take a look at it, number 34, folks. Watch him step up and take that linebacker on. Boomer right there. Boomer's feet come to a dead stop.
3rd and 15. Just shy of the 27-yard line. Put Voss in some motion. Vincent to throw. Pocket breaking down. Intended receiver across the middle. He was looking for DeWanzel Hobson, but it fell short to the turf, and it'll be punt time for the Panthers.
Especially since Illinois State's defense, it looks like they had a little bit of their motor going that time. First play, they stopped the run. They've gotten some pressure on the quarterback. That's what they need to do. They've got to change the momentum if they want to do something here and get this game going and turn it around for them and not having the repeat of last year.
Tom Schofield to punt. Oh, gets it away. Turns over nicely. Posha catches at the 25. Big hit in the back. Couldn't get the gain to go with it, however, across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Not a bad return, but that was a pretty punt.
Andrew Poposi doing a good job of getting that ball, holding on to it, and picking up a nice gain. And now let's see what their offense can do. They've had some good running plays. They've moved the football, but the penalties are just at the ridiculous stage at this point. I mean, this is an experienced offense, wide receiver, quarterback, offensive line. There's just no more reason for these holdings and offsides. I mean, it's just a lack of concentration, Bob.
14-6 our score. We'll take a break. More second quarter action comes your way next. First and 10 from their own 39-yard line for Illinois State. Quick pitch back and up the left side across the 40 to the 42. Let's go to the sideline. Jim Hayes has a guest.
Eastern Illinois President Lou Hankin is my guest. And Mr. Hankin, you guys have spent in excess of $600,000 with the new turf for the field, but there's other projects you've been spending on money in terms of athletics, isn't there?
Yes, there is. We've improved the baseball field and the women's softball fields.
There's also a library renovation underway too.
We just finished it, $16 million addition. The first words out of everyone's mouth in the library is, wow, what a beautiful structure.
See that, Bob? They got books and stuff here. Back to you.
Books? They got books? Well, I guess you can list them. To the left side they go. Just kidding. It's great. And from our perch high atop the stadium here, we can see that baseball field, and it's got a great feel to it with a nice little stadium backdrop. You can see it's tangible, the money they put in.
Beautiful facilities here, Bob, as I saw you jog around the track this morning before the game, doing some striders.
You know, I hadn't been here in about 15 years. The St. Louis football Cardinals used to train here, and Gene Stallings was the coach then. One of the great coaches and great people in this industry of football. It was fabulous being here with him. That's Sousa rolling right, throwing back across. What a tough throw that is to make, and he almost completed it.
You're seeing a good job again. Cover 4. You're going to have the umbrella coverage. You're not going to let anybody get behind you. Good job by the linebackers. But that's the strength of Mike Sousa's arm. Rolling right, stopping, throwing back across the field, and almost having a great completion. Again, watching in the middle, number 6, Miller, the linebacker. Here's Sousa set, goes back across his body, and just not quite enough arm strength, or else Demetrius Johnson's going to come up with a big catch.
Second and 10, just short of the 50-yard line. Dwayne Smith goes wide left. Demetrius Johnson gets the handoff, tries to turn the corner, slips the tackle. The 45, the 40 to the 39-yard line. That's a nice run by Johnson. He slipped that tackle as he turned the quarter beautifully.
Yeah, right at the point of attack, Demetrius Johnson, he steps up, makes a nice play. Again, let's follow our offensive guard, number 64, as we see him step over. And, right there is where you have to make the play is number 34 for Illinois State, the running back, is Sean Bullock. Tell you what, this is a young kid, a freshman. He has got a motor. Not a big man, but got a motor, and he's got speed.
Watkins wide to the left side. Barber in that slot left. Johnson behind Sousa. Quarterback at first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Quick hitter for Dwayne Smith. Nice gain on the play.
Dwayne Smith on the comeback, and now we're seeing Mike Sousa playing smart. He's mixing up the run. Hey, if they're going to drop deep, go ahead and take the short route. Go ahead and take the 5- and 6-yard gains. You don't have to get the home run catch now. But, folks, we're near the red zone. I'm feeling kryptonite. My body's starting to shake a little bit. Can the men in white get past it? Let's see.
Kryptonite.
It's glowing. It's glowing.
Sousa on 2nd and 3. The Jim. Oh, a big hit across the 30. Pounded him. Fred Miller stepped up.
Fred Miller steps up and introduces the young man, number 34 from Illinois State, LaShawn Bullock. The freshman just stepped out of high school and just stepped into big-time college football.
That was a pop.
Watch Fred Miller, number 6. I told you, excellent job of pursuing. He's got to be there. He's the man who makes the tackle. That's what you want out of your linebacker, a guy who likes contact.
Loves the contact. It's obvious. Bullock really got popped, but it's 1st and 10. He made it work. Mike Souza. It's a pitch for Demetrius Johnson. Wants to turn the corner, strung out a bit, gained a couple and run out of bounds. Terrence Sanders, the cornerback, stepped up again.
Yeah, that's actually a nice play by Corey Loth, the defensive end. He actually flattened out by getting up the field. He made Demetrius Johnson step to the left, step lateral. Once you can make an up running back go sideways, your defense pursuit comes up, and they turn what should have been a big gain only into a couple yards.
Never could turn his shoulders upfield, could he?
Never get turning, you never get going north and south. As Billy Parcells says, I never was a very good disco dancer, and I don't want my running back to be a disco dancer. Get going.
Second and 8. 26-yard line. Johnson the lone setback. Sousa to throw. He does. A bit too quick for Dwayne Smith, who turned to look for it and was on him before he could put his hands around it.
Quick out, and he actually was pushed his route a little too far in this. This is only about a 7-yard route, and he was pushing the 10. That's why he wasn't ready for the ball to be delivered. But Mike Souza, as I said, setting up on a quick set. He's getting rid of the ball much better this year. Just a miscommunication between him and his wide receiver.
3rd and 8 from the 26.
Tell you what, that is some triumphant running backs you've got. Sharon Edwards, you've got Demetrius Johnson, you've got the young guy Bullock. They're bringing speed, and even more speed.
Watkins split out wide to the right side. Sousa wants to throw on 3rd and 8. Rolls out, says get downfield. He went out of bounds, tries to come back in. We can't do that. We can't have that happening.
Actually, he had number 13, Ramon Barber, open in the end zone in the back, and he didn't see him.
Sousa was trying to direct traffic on that play.
Traffic cop as we watch Mike Souza rolling outside, buying some time, and you can't see on the replay, but number 13, Ramon Barber, is standing in the end zone wide open.
43-yard field goal attempt. Stephen Carroll again. This should be easy for him. It's a fake. Slips a tackle. Rolling right, throwing for the end zone. Might be a flag. Let's see. No. No flag intended for Mike Larson on the fake field goal. Jake Maurer was there.
Wow. I'm not sure on that call. It looked like a little bit like face palm, but we see the fake. It looks like Illinois State's trying to do anything to get out of the box and get this offense going, as we see on the rollout. And, well, I tell you, that's a tough call. Jacob Maurer doing a good job on the coverage. Take a look at it from the end zone. But again, you've got to at least look at the football. That's the rule now, Bob. So I question this call. But then again, I'm an offensive lineman, right? I don't know anything.
Well, Eastern right back at it. They survived that time. For Raymond. Tough couple of yards. They're going to bring in Andrew Harris at quarterback. He was the guy that we were told initially was going to start, the 6'2 sophomore out of St. Petersburg, Florida.
And they were questioning whether Andre Raymond was running as hard as he should. Right now, he's doing a good job running between the tackles, having good patience, letting his offensive line develop the block, picking up a nice 4-yard gain.
Dwanzel Hobson on the left side. It'll be Andrew Harris out of the shotgun. Shifts O'Neal wide to the right and brings Voss wide to the left side. 2nd and 6. Drops and throws, and his man was down.
Late hit.
He wanted Andre Raymond, and we've got a flag.
Looks like they got Boomer on the late hit. Frustration. I think call it frustration, but I think Denver might just call it stupidity. I mean, you're coming after the quarterback. You can't say Harris standing up in the pocket. And I mean, Ray Robinson, excuse me on that. I mean, there's just no call for it. I mean, you've done a good job. You've stopped them. You're going to get the ball back.
roughing the passer on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And they march it out to the 45. You know, always when a play doesn't work, that fake field goal after you drilled some from 44 and 47, you wonder if that'll haunt the Redbirds, trailing 14-6. Harris, hands off. They go to the left side. Short gain, 1 or 2. Jim Hayes down on the sideline talking about Andrew Harris. What do you have, Jim?
Well, the reason Andrew Harris is here at Eastern is because another quarterback by the name of Ben King left the program, and another freshman quarterback they had recruited out of high school was drafted by the Cubs and decided to take that professional baseball opportunity. They like Harris. They got him from junior college. He's very athletic. He's still learning the system.
Yeah, that was the big question mark for Mr. Harris, is learning the system. Great running ability, though, but we see him right now. He's moving the ball around well and keeping the offense for the Blue on the field.
Thank you, Jim. As Harris drops out of the shotgun, had 5 receivers out there, well covered and incomplete. Brian Thorne got in there and made a play. Good pressure on the defensive tackle, 6'2", redshirt freshman, 237-pounder.
It's tough when you're a quarterback to make a throw. I mean, you know, a lot of times they don't talk about this on TV, but even if you don't sack the quarterback, but you just get your hand in his face, he cannot deliver the football. He cannot follow through, and we saw right there, it's what we call pulling the chain a little bit. Pulled back, the ball's not delivered with any velocity, it falls short to the receiver.
3rd and 9. Big play for the sophomore. And in motion was Mobley. Throw back for him, almost picked off. Oh, stepping up on that play was Antoine Oliver. Robinson put the pressure on.
Came with the all-out blitz, Bob, and Antoine Oliver read that out. He saw it. He's going to jump on the route because he knows that's a hot read. He's got to deliver it quick. Watch Antoine Oliver. Again, here we go. We have quarterback Andrew Harris standing in the pocket, feeling the heat. There's Ray Robinson getting up in the air, and Antoine Oliver on the outside almost with a big pick.
Schofield to punt it away. Another beauty. Fair catch called for and made on the play by Poposi. 42-yard punt. Schofield all the way back to their 11-yard line. So their offense stagnated a little bit, but they got the good punt and the field position. We'll take a break. Second quarter action here on Fox. And now Illinois State backed up deep in the handoff. Forward for LaShawn Bullock. He tried to turn the corner, gained a bit. Corey Lothy on the tackle. The defensive end gave him a gain of about 2.
2 on that one. Young man Bullock took a big hit on the last play when he was in the game, but this time showing some toughness, coming right back in there and running it up inside between the tackles and showing these big boys that, hey, I can play up here too.
Rolling is Souza. Oh, he's tracked well. He's in trouble, and wisely throws that away. Great coverage. Great coverage.
Number 15, Vince Lewis, staying with the receiver, and that's smart. You're running right with him all the way and not looking into the backfield. He's staying with the receiver, and that's why a lot of times what happens with cornerback, when they see that play action, they will go ahead and follow the run, gives the receiver a step behind him, usually a big pass play there. But Vince Lewis all day today has had excellent coverage.
Walkins in there. He and Dwayne Smith go wide to the left side. And a flag.
Usually working with Jim on the sidelines, it's usually raining, but today it's just raining yellow flags.
Maybe they had too many players out, and they tried to shuttle defensive assignments. And for those who don't remember,
there's no foul for breaking the huddle with 12 players. The player was well off to the sideline before the whistle blew.
All right. Officials just wanted to make sure that was straight. He counted 12.
I guess they can go ahead now and check Denver Johnson's blood pressure. Might have subsided just a little bit.
3rd and 7 for the Redbirds of Illinois State, trailing 14-6 on their own 14-yard line. Souza has some time. Throws long, has a man, but he overthrew him. Overthrew Joe Walkins. And a flag.
Joe Walkins showing his speed, getting behind the coverage. 4 deep, you never let anyone get behind you, but that's the speed that this young man has, working on the outside. I think we're going to have defensive holding this time.
We'll take a look. Walkins got a step.
We're on the outside again. Excellent protection
Yes.
up front. Joe Walkins working on the outside. As I said, cover 4. That's 4 deep. He gets behind the coverage of the
Holding
safety.
on the defense. Penalty was against an eligible receiver. It's a 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Take a look at it again, going down the field. It's just, I'm not really sure I saw where the penalty was at. Albert Brown, but it looked like maybe he grabbed him a little bit and held his jersey. Tough on the replay.
1st and 10 from the 24. Some breathing room. To the sideline, complete and run out of bounds. Coverage on the play by Albert Brown, cornerback. And Dwayne Smith made the catch.
Yeah, Dwayne Smith made the catch. He had a big game against Illinois a couple weeks ago. And, you know, right now, when you have this type of coverage, when I say 4 deep, Bob, what it is, you have actually 4 people lined up across the line. They take these tremendous drops, and they're giving the underneath routes. Well, I think Illinois State's got to be smart. Take those little check downs. Take the quick out, the quick slants, move the football.
2nd and 5 from the 28. Handoff straight ahead. Demetrius Johnson. Now he's pushed outside, and they strung it out again. Nice job, again, not letting Demetrius Johnson get turned upfield.
Number 2, Nick Ricks over onto the sidelines, and you have Miller. Take a look at the run. You're seeing Demetrius Johnson again having to run sideways. Take a look at it at the pit level, Bob. You want your people going north and south, but I talked about that speed and the linebacking ability of Eastern Illinois, and they're just running people to the sidelines, and that's the pursuit right now that they have. The pursuit, I think we talked about in the stand-up, that they wanted to be successful, they're going to have to pursue today, and so far in the first half, they've done an excellent job.
3rd and 1 now from the 32 is Dwayne Smith. Split out wide to the left side. Sousa, the give, Johnson across the 35, first down. Nice strong run up the gut.
Yeah, you saw excellent penetration by number 94, Will Byhoon, a defensive tackle for Eastern Illinois, but that's just a great one run by Demetrius Johnson. Finding a hole. Sometimes you just got to make your own hole, Bob. Get in there, pick up the first down. Right now, Illinois State is moving the chains.
Started back at their 11. Now out across the 42, 1st and 10. Souza to throw. Times it down the left side. Oh, what an effort. But incomplete down the sideline. Looking for Laurent Robinson. Albert Brown on the coverage.
Albert Brown doing a good job of catching up to the receiver. Laurent Robinson working on the outside. Again, we see Souza in the pocket, getting all day to throw the football. When you have time like that, you're going to make a perfect pass. A little underthrown, but look at the Albert Brown, number 20, catch up when he has to. Picks up that extra step. That ball is not underthrown. That's a big catch for Mr. Robinson.
2nd and 10. 37. That's a quick hit to the left side for Ramon Barber. Tried to turn it up the sideline. Again, strung out by the linebackers. Got across the 40 to close to the 42. Fred Miller.
Fred Miller, the bullet man. That is what we call a bubble screen. You're trying to get your wide receivers, your running backs out on the edge. But watch number 6. I talked about the pursuit ability. Here's Mike Souza working the quick throw to the outside, hoping. But watch number 6 come flying down the sidelines. Fred Miller to make this play. You can't see him, but Ramon Barber, excellent speed, but who's coming in to make the play? But number 6, pursuit, the love of contact. Mr. Miller, it's Miller time.
He made it happen. We'll have our salespeople send out an invoice on that one. Across the middle. The catch is made by Walkins. Turned it back upfield. Close to a first down. Jim Hayes is down on the sideline. What do you have, Jimmy?
Nick Ricks is back in the game. The Eastern medical staff just told me that his ankle has been sore all week. He just tweaked it, but the guy's a warrior. They threw some more tape on his ankle and sent him back out.
Thanks, Jim. We'll take a look at this one. Jim, we need to know that if you get banged up, we'll send some tape for you.
As you see, Souza making a tremendous throw under a lot of pressure from the linebacker, Maurer. You ask your quarterback to stand in and deliver it. Souza doing the job right now.
Ricks back in there. 1st and 10. Souza has time. Deep. Is it too deep? No, the catch is made. Joe Walkins making a name for himself as he made that catch, coming back to the middle.
Joe Walkins, the young man on the running the post pattern again, showing an excellent speed on the outside. Mike Souza getting all day, all time to throw the football. An open throwing lane. But, Bob, when you get time like this, you're going to make anything happen. But Mike Souza making a nice delivery and standing in the pocket. And there's Joe Walkins just showing the speed again in the man-to-man coverage, just running away from it. And another big catch.
5'9", 177 pounds out of Fort Lauderdale.
Florida connection. I think it's the orange juice.
Wants to throw again, lobs it up, coming back, making the catch. Touchdown, what a play, Massengale.
Massengale, I think they've taken this out of the page of the professionals now. It's just lob it up there, come back underneath, and Massengale showing great concentration.
24-yard touchdown play, and that was lobbed up. Go get it, big boy, and he did.
They actually underthrow it. They underthrow it because the cornerback is thinking so much about getting beat over the top. He's running, but watch Massengale. He stays shoulder to shoulder. Now he just falls underneath and behind Barber, number 20, makes a big touchdown grab. Avery Massengale, great concentration over the middle on the sidelines there. Good concentration and good, that's just good work between him and the quarterback.
14-12, they're going to try and tie it up right here, Rich. Going for 2. Barber in motion. Souza keeps, dives forward, stacked up. I don't think he got it.
Number two, Nick Ricks. It's the tape, the aspirin that did it.
Jimmy Hayes said they taped him up. He's a warrior, and Jim was prophetic because he comes in and makes a huge stop.
A huge stop. You can hear the contact all the way up on top. Again, let's take a look at it, Bob. Number 2, I told you his pursuit ability. Watch number 2 get over the top. He has to fill on the C-gap and watch him deliver the shoulder pad, drive through with the legs. And he keeps Illinois State from picking up another 2. Those linebackers have been all over the place. The 3 amigos.
That touchdown was spectacular. Let's take a look at Souza. Found Avery Massengale.
Souza finding Avery Massengale. Is getting some time. He lobs it up. It's underthrown a little bit. It's Barber's thing. It's going over the top. But Massengale showing excellent concentration. And when you run that route, what it is you just kind of got to run with the cornerback, and you get the feel that the quarterback's going to lob it up. You just kind of slow up. The cornerback doesn't see it. Doesn't see the ball. Falls back in his hands.
You know, Rich Baldinger, we talk about this series. We talked about it earlier. This is the 91st meeting between these two. And we talk about the Ohio Valley versus the Gateway Football Conference. But you look at the series between these two teams, it's really been a spectacular one.
Oh, it has been. It's been a hard-fought battle every time. Last year, the score wasn't indicative of it. But let me tell you, these guys come out, and this is when you talk about a rivalry. Maybe they're not playing that well, as we talked about Eastern. But you would never know that today, and they come out, and this is a battle of wills, and right now Illinois State has really stepped up after a tough first half.
Denver Johnson is 4-1 his career against Eastern Illinois, and he wants to keep that high percentage very high.
Oh, yes, he does, and after last year's disaster or debacle, at 45 points they gave up, he doesn't want that to happen again.
Stephen Carroll to kick it off to the side, caught, well done. Nice play, and hauled in by Kevin Waltz.
There's a free safety, put him up front, the good hands team.
Well, Illinois State here in the second quarter going for it.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, Denver Johnson knows he's got to get his team fired. He's got to get some smoke coming out of him. I mean, these guys were asleep in the first quarter and a half. Now they've turned around. They've got a big touchdown. Let's see what their defense can do in this series.
Andrew Harris, again, the quarterback. He was going to start, then didn't start, and now he's in there, the 6'2 sophomore out of St. Petersburg. With Andre Raymond in the backfield with the 3 receivers to the right side. Harris, as they got into the play, Harris was still looking over to the sideline. I think he had some confusion there.
Yes, he did. And you do this hurry-up offense, and you got to make sure everybody gets the play called in from the sidelines. And keeps the defense honest, but also make sure you got to make sure everybody's on the right page.
Illegal equipment on the offense. That's a timeout charge to Eastern Illinois.
Illegal equipment was the call.
Equipment. I think.
Were they using a bocce ball out or
bocce ball?
Maybe
Maybe they're
a,
playing stick ball or something.
maybe they wanted to play with a Nerf football.
Illegal equipment. I've not quite ever heard that one.
It's a thick rule book, though.
It is
a thick one.
It's a book. It is a
That's
book.
True book.
And they have a new library here with many
books.
books.
So
many books.
it all just kind of ties together, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just
14 to 12.
whatever goes on.
Eastern Illinois on top.
We can see the library from here.
Folks, critics are calling the best damn sports show period a 2-hour frat party with irreverent skits, insightful interviews, witty, spirited locker room banter. At the 47, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. The pitch for Raymond. Gets one block, then cuts it back inside, across the 50, into Redbird territory to the 47.
You know, I talk about when you run sweeps, your outside people have to be able to block it. The reason why this play goes is watch number 3, Jermaine Mobley, on the outside, the crack that he gets. Here's Raymond taking the toss. He's following his offensive lineman, but you can't see here in the replay. But number 3, Jermaine Mobley gets a crack, and that allows our man Raymond to make it turn the corner, pick up a nice 6-yard gain.
Raymond's getting a lot of work. Averaging 4.5 yards a carry. He's been cranking up the yardage today. 2nd and 5. The give again. Oh, slammed at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a short gain. Boomer Grigsby. And that's how he got that nickname.
Boomer Grigsby, number 46, 21 tackles against the University of Illinois. And I tell you, this guy's all over the field. Great technique. And you see today, 41 tackles on the year so far, 1 fumble recovery. And I mean, he's just a consummate linebacker. A rather benign personality off the field, but when he gets this Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, when he gets on the field, it's all changes.
Nick Eller tight end on the right side. 3rd and 2 in the 45. Campion and Raymond behind Andy Vincent, or excuse me, Andrew Harris. Harris, a pitch back for Raymond. Got the first down. Ridden hard out of bounds, but a nice run by Raymond. He knew exactly where he had to get.
Raymond getting to the outside. I'll tell you, they've run this toss sweep all day, running behind the right guard and the right tackle. Number 52, John Reuter. Number 72, Andrew Dufresne. They've gotten outside, and Raymond's shown some really good patience of letting his linemen get out front. As we've seen Illinois State thinking it's going to come up the middle, they've been giving up the edge. Excellent block on the outside again by the wide receiver.
Out of the shotgun this time for Harris. 1st and 10 on the 41 of Illinois State. Osborne in motion to the right side. There with Delonzel Hobson in the slot. Across the middle, complete. Pettaway. Across the 35 to the 34. Nice gain for Brandon Pettaway on the catch.
At that time, we're seeing Harris standing in the pocket well and, you know, delivering the football where he has to, waiting for his receiver to get across, to run away from the linebacker, but yet don't lead him into the other side linebacker. Deliver the football right in the middle where he had to. Good throw by Harris. Good time in the pocket.
Ryan Voss wide to the right side. O'Neal wide left. Lone setback. This time is Vincent Webb behind Andrew Harris. The give to Webb. Stacked up pretty well. I don't think he got the first down. Ray Robinson was there.
Yeah, Ray Robinson in that stacked position behind the nose guard. And, you know, that's his position, you know, 6'2", 230. Whether he's rushing the pass or standing up, he can bring it. And Ray Robinson, you know, had that one unfortunate penalty, but played good all day. And number 97 comes underneath on a stunt. They run what we call a TE stunt. Tackle goes out, ends run underneath, and Illinois State loves to run all these different twists up in the middle to confuse the younger offensive linemen of Eastern Illinois.
3rd and 1, fullback in there with Raymond behind Harris. Did he change the play? False start. That was confusion. Dufresne apparently moved, and Andrew Harris either changed the play was confused, was a false start. The play clock may have run out. In other words, disaster from the get-go.
Meltdown. Nuclear meltdown.
And sometimes those are the things, as we take a look, you'll have when you're switching quarterbacks in and out.
Switching quarterbacks, different audibles. Now the center's talking, and most likely the offensive tackle wasn't listening to the calls. And that's the communication between a young guard and an offensive tackle. And this is why you have to have experience up front.
Now 3rd and 6, and Harris will go out of the shotgun. Sends Raymond in motion. Oh, they were coming. He completes it. It is complete, but short of the first down.
Jermaine Mobley on the catch. Mobley.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, they're just coming. Andrew Harris is going to have to stand in the pocket, delivers the hot read, and takes the shot. And you got to be careful when you hit the quarterback. That's close to another penalty. You know, going to the head. You just can't do it. And Illinois State's playing with fire right now.
Kirkland and Robinson were both there.
Ray Robinson again under pressure.
They'll look to kick it away. Tom Schofield. And pin Illinois State in very deep. Posey back. See if they go for the corner. That is... He stopped it at the 2, and it rolls out to the 10. He never saw it. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But the fact that he got down there, and did Eastern recover?
It looked like it went off the head of Walsh, number 41 for Easton. It's Kevin Walsh. It looked like it went off his head. He got blinded. And then Illinois State.
I thought Maurer was down there, and maybe he was.
Was it Maurer went off, or was it? Well, I'm not sure. Take a look at it, and as we let
we'll sort that out. As the officials are probably not as confused, but different looks may have offered different views of what actually happened. It appeared to me that Maurer got down there, turned to look for the ball, and it drilled him. Let's see.
Take a look at the punt. It looked
from Schofield.
From Schofield over, going end over end, and let's see what that is.
Bonk. Oh, that was
Roger Driver. Yeah.
Junior cornerback.
Junior cornerback,
and then we'll see who fell on it.
Illinois State had control of the ball when it hit the ground. It got taken away once he was on the ground.
But Driver made a great play, used his head.
Hey.
But seriously,
the more you can do.
That was awful. I apologize. 1st and 10 from the 10 for Illinois State. Under a minute and a half remaining. Forward for Johnson. Back to the line, not much more.
He's back in the line with 7 people, 8 people up front. Number 97, Marcus Lorick, 6'2", 276 pounds. Getting good penetration. It's tough when you have 7, 8 men in the box. There's just so many bodies, people falling into each other. The running lanes just don't open up.
Short loss actually on the play, but call it 2nd and a long 10.
Hey, watch the deep ball. Watch the deep
Ramon Barber comes out wide to the left side in the slot actually. Johnson the setback behind Mike Sousa, the quarterback. He gives it to Demetrius Johnson, left side, turns the corner, close to the first down, but he's running out of bounds, short of the 20. Nice play by Terrence Sanders, the right cornerback, stepping up.
Terrence Sanders come up delivering a good blow on the tackle, but take a look at it from the pit level, Bob. But this time you spread the field. Now we take some people out of the box. Good double team at the point of attack. They got Nick Ricks just a little bit, and that wasn't enough to allow Demetrius Johnson to get to the corner. You saw that, what we call zone blocking between the tackle and the tight end. They're working in unison to block the down lineman, the defensive end, to the linebacker. Excellent job.
Nick Ricks, the outside linebacker, limps off the field. 3rd and 1 from the 19. Sousa wants to throw. No, he's going to keep it. Got stacked up at the line, but spins across, gets the first down across the 25 or the 27. Mike Sousa showing some good judgment.
Mike Sousa showing excellent athleticism on that play, and he sees that. When he drops back and he sees the linebackers dropping as deep as they are, hey, I'll go ahead and pick up the first down myself. Another running back in the backfield.
Timeout for Illinois State. They've got 35 seconds left. Down 14-12. Take a look at Sousa. He got bounced around on the line as he made that decision to keep it and held his feet.
He sits up there, and as they said, when he sees the linebackers drop out to the depth, that's automatic, a run for him, sets his feet, and gets upfield. I'll tell you, he's a good runner, very good runner, and he's showing me a lot of poise today at the quarterback position. Things started off a little rough for him, but, hey, right back in the game.
1st and 10. Short of the 28. Has some time. Pocket breaks down. Sousa rolls. Throws on the run. Did he get it? No. Nice effort that time by Dwayne Smith. Sousa wanted to make that throw.
As you saw, they only rushed 3 that time. Eastern Illinois dropped 8. Excellent job bracketing Dwayne Smith both underneath and on top. And that's just a good play by Mike Sousa to roll out of the pocket, get away from the pressure, and almost coming up with a big throw.
27 seconds left. Dwayne Smith to the left side. Barber in the left slot. Laurent Robinson wide to the left side. Johnson a setback. 2nd and 10. Plenty of time. Sousa across the middle. Broken up and dropped. A little bit behind Dwayne Smith, but he'd probably tell you that was a drop.
It was a drop. When the ball hits you in the hands, you've got to catch it a little bit behind it. But again, Mike Sousa delivering an excellent throw, standing in the pocket. And when you go across the middle, you're going to get hit. You are going to get hit. It's going to happen, folks. You're the target. Again, Mike Sousa getting all day in the pocket, steps up around the pressure a little bit there from the outside, delivers an excellent strike. It was behind Dwayne Smith. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to be able to make a big catch.
3rd and 10 on the 27. Sousa has Krieger in there at fullback. Comes up the block, delayed for Johnson. Spun around one for a moment. It looked like he was going to get close to the 1st down, but he got stacked up pretty well across the 35-yard line. He'll be short.
Yeah, he will be. You know, so far today, we've seen Mike Sousa doing a good job in the pocket, moving around. If there's been one negative, he has been a little short on his throws. Not only was that a little bit behind the receiver, it was a little bit short. And I think sometimes what he does is he guides the ball a little bit too much. He's got to set his feet and deliver with a little bit more authority on that pass.
Eastern Illinois, a timeout. 6 seconds left. It'll be 4th and 1. From the 36, really the 37-yard line. Well, they have to get to the 37-yard line, I should say.
Well, Illinois State's showing a lot of resiliency, a lot of grit. They struggled in the first quarter and a half and went backwards with more penalties than I can count, but you know, they're hanging in here, and the score 14-12 at half. Denver Johnson's got to be a little bit relieved.
Pete Malauskas checks in. One of the defensive tackles. They'll try and stack him up here. Sousa. Does he pull out of his bag of tricks here? We get ready for halftime.
I think they're going to have defensive coverage maybe standing on about the 20-yard line.
Lone setback. Dwayne Smith, wide right. Krieger's the fullback. Try to draw him there. Trying to draw him off. And he calls timeout. He was just trying to get him to jump offside.
Did a good job there with almost switching to the green call. Almost got me to jump a little bit. But something to the end zone with 6 seconds left to go.
Looks to punt it away. End over end, shanked just a little bit. That's going to drop. And that will stop and roll out of bounds at the 34. And that will be the end of the first half of play here at Eastern Illinois. And the Panthers, in a bit of an uneven game, lead it 14-12. We've kicked it off in the second half, and Illinois State receives and gets a return. Back up the middle. The short man, I think was that Larson?
Tight end number 89, Fred Larson, yes.
And so the short man on the short kick was able to take it up the middle for a terrific return for Illinois State, and they're ready to get this thing rolling. And they started to, I think, get the feel of the momentum at the end of the first half. Rich Baldinger.
They were nurtured at the end of the second quarter.
Well, there's a lot of nurturing going on here.
Jim brought that out at halftime.
That's why he's the best in the business.
He is.
No doubt about it. Mike Souza, the quarterback. He's got Massengale as a touchdown, sends him wide to the left side. And the give, Demetrius Johnson cuts it back nicely. Popped and brought down at the 42. Nice gain for Johnson.
I like this guy Massengale on the outside, number 88. Big guy, number 88. Let's take a look at it. But watch Avery, 6'4", 225 pounds. As I said, little misdirection in the backfield. Let's get it to the outside. I'm not sure at the replay if you're going to see it, but a nice run. But listen, tell me something. Demetrius Johnson does not make this run unless it isn't number 88 on the outside blocking downfield.
12 carries, 78 yards now for Johnson. 2nd and 4. At their own 42. Quick throw and through the hands of Dwayne Smith.
That's a really tough throw to have, Bob, because what you're trying to do on that bubble screen is you're trying to hit your wide receiver in stride. You don't want him to stop because it allows pursuit. Hit him in stride. Now he's in open field, make something happen. Sometimes it's a little difficult. We saw Mike Souza overthrow him.
3rd and 4 from the 42. See how they want to play it.
Eastern's already matched its average points over that. 14 points in the first half.
Souza drops the throw on 3rd down. Across the middle and popped hard with Joe Walkins. He couldn't hang on that time. Close to 1st down yardage. Vince Lewis jumped in there and got him.
That's a good job by Vince Lewis. I mean, number 15's had excellent coverage all game. And take a look at it from the end zone, Bob. And, you know, you jump on that route. It's just a quick slant. You know, I talked about this is what Illinois State had to do against the deep drops. But watch Vince Lewis. He's going to come up behind and just get his hand inside. And young man Joe Walton, number 9, has got to understand he's got to use his body as a shield to keep that defensive back behind him.
Now Troy Maskell to punt it away. And after that good return on the kickoff, Illinois State stalls short of midfield. Catch is made, and what a hit at the 16-yard line. And a flag.
Now, the halo rule is not in effect anymore, correct? Am I correct, Bob? Is not the halo rule? You're supposed to give somebody...
It changed, that's true.
You're allowed to give the receiver a chance to catch the football.
Interference. Still have to give the...
How much of a chance? That's the question mark I have. How much of a chance, Bob?
Interference on the kicking team. It's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
1st and 10.
Well, it's another judgment call. It's another judgment call given to the men in the striped jerseys, and I think it puts undue pressure on it. How do you tell your coverage men to hold up?
Osborne wide to the left side. Vincent back in at quarterback. And a pitch left for Raymond. Hit hard and brought down at the 40-yard line, but a gain of almost 6 yards. So Andy Vincent, as predicted, back in there at quarterback. The junior from Paonia, Colorado.
I'll tell you, and in that trip look, number 81, Hobson, on the outside. I mean, it's just both sides of the football. I'm seeing excellent blocking by the receiving core, and you know what? Your running backs love that when you guys out front, hey, when they're not catching it, do the job of blocking, and that's what they're doing.
2nd and 3 from the 41. Now it's Andy Vincent out of the shotgun. Inside handoff. Raymond this time slips one tackle another, but has run out of bounds, Andre Raymond.
Andre Raymond showing some toughness running between the tackles, and if we see a little fold, a good block gets done just enough on the nose guard, and Andre Raymond, hey, now you're all alone, good stiff arm, picks up a nice gain for the 1st down. That was the question mark, Bob. Would he be a tough enough runner between the tackles? Right now I'm seeing somebody, good patience, following his offensive line, hitting the correct hole, picking up a 1st down for Eastern Illinois. They keep the ball moving.
Senior out of Hialeah, Florida. Approaching 75 yards gained in this game. Osborne switches, comes to the left side. Mobley goes to the right side. Mobley goes wide to the left side. High snap. Look at that coverage and penetration. Vincent tried to escape, but no can do. They just swarmed on him.
Well, you went with an empty backfield, Bob, and Andy Vincent's either got to make an audible or the receiver's got to break off their route. It's got to come now. It's a hot read. There's only 5 blocking the whole Illinois State, and we see Boomer Grigsby coming free, and
Martindale.
You know, there's just too many people to block. Again, watch 46. Here's a guy who likes some contact, huh? But wow. Andy Vincent's got to see that. The receivers have to see that. They have to know that if there's not enough blockers, you've got to break that route off.
1st and 19. Hobson in motion. Here they come again. Did he make the catch? Is it complete? Voss for the back across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Nice catch by Ryan Voss, the freshman.
Yeah, now this time they leave Raymond on the inside. They get some help to pick up the offensive, pick up the blitz. And Ryan Voss, in a nice little settling down, coming across the middle, sits and says one thing very important: comes back to the football. Got to teach those young receivers, come back to the football. Use your body as a wedge between the defensive back and the football. You'll make the catch every time.
3rd and 8 now. Vincent in the shotgun. Raymond the setback. Hobson in motion. Vincent gonna keep it. Got some room. First down. He tripped and fell, but I think he'll get the first down. Let's see the spot. Yes. First down for Andy Vincent.
He hit some of those tires, some of those chopped up tires. He was going through the junkyard. He hit some of them tires.
The rubber meets the road.
As he did. He had a little blowout along the way.
Some of those steel belted.
Doing a good read, seeing that there's nothing downfield and opens up the lane. Look at the drop on the linebackers by Illinois State, and it opens up a nice running lane, and there it is.
The retread.
Boom, comes out.
The retread jumped up and got him. 1st and 10 at the 43 now. Eastern on the move. Campione and Raymond set back behind Andy Vincent to give to Raymond. Got some blocks across the line of scrimmage. The surge to the 40 and a flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to have a late hit, but again, Raymond, number 5, showing some leg drive. Turns a 2-yard gain into a 5-yard gain. Holding. That's my call there, Bob. I thought it was a late hit, but it looks like it's going to be a holding.
Ooh.
What it is one offensive lineman's engaged on a defensive lineman, and the other offensive lineman comes in outside the zone and rolls up his ankles, and it's really a good call because it protects those defensive linemen. When they're turned, rolling to somebody's ankles, it can cause a lot of damage.
And this has been typical.
Killing blood below the waist on the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty. Repeats first down.
And both teams now, as Illinois State or as Eastern Illinois is racking up some penalty yardage, as each team starts to get established offensively, they stumble themselves with penalties.
Yes, they do. And you know, those penalties when you get near the red zone are really big. They're magnified in a tough game like this, where a lot of emotions going back and forth. It's whoever's going to make the least mistakes today, I think he's going to come out on top.
First down, but 1st and 21. Vincent out of the shotgun. Fakes the inside handoff. Steps up, throws a behind his intended receiver, Alfred Osborne. Kind of gunned that one into the turf. Tried to put it where no defenders could catch it, but then Osborne couldn't catch it either.
Yeah, the excellent route by his wide receiver, Osborne. He did a good job in the pocket. Andy Vincent, see him set up in the pocket, looking off his receivers. Now, buy some time, step up, but don't guide the football. But what he was worried about was the other linebacker closing in there. He didn't want to lead his receiver across, thinking there might be an interception. Again, don't guide the football. Just need some arm strength, and you put it in the receiver's hands.
2nd and 21. Vincent with Raymond in the backfield. Raymond picks a man up, and then from behind. Was that Robinson?
Number 97.
Ray Robinson. And that one, I think you can call him Sugar Ray. He came from behind and fought off the blocker and took him down.
Sugar Ray looked sweet as he was chopping up some chocolate in the back, in the back of it. I'll tell you what, he's made some good moves all day. Excellent quickness. This is a senior. He's a leader. He has to get, watch number 97. Makes a nice arm under, grab the offensive tackle's left shoulder, got his feet around. That's an excellent move by number 97, Ray Robinson.
He got around Frank Castanoli. On that side, he had no chance. 3rd and 30, rolling out for his life. On the run, takes the hit, and it's almost picked off. Almost picked off by Sam Yergin.
That was
Wow.
a great rollout by the quarterback, Andy Vincent. But I'll tell you, the thing that, you know, Andrew Dufresne, the right tackle, got away with a really bad hold, which saved his quarterback. But again, watch Andy Vincent on the rollout. Now you're running for your life. The best thing to do in this situation, throw the ball out of bounds, live for another day, you come back out. Tough when you make those throws like that on the run. Usually it ends up going the other way on a pick.
Grigsby, a big hit on the play as well.
We don't ever say his name too much, do we, Boomer?
Punted away by Schofield. They'll let it drop and roll, and it takes an Eastern roll inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. So Eastern gets the benefit of a nice roll on their new turf.
Yes, they do. And
42 yards. We'll take a break. 14-12. Illinois State gets it back. Eastern Illinois and Illinois State. Got a look at Nick Ricks. They try to drive one back through to get some breathing room, maybe across the 10-yard line. You know, Jim Hayes, we've been looking at our man Nick Ricks, the linebacker for Eastern Illinois, the Warrior, all taped up. How's he doing?
Well, he wasn't on the field with the Eastern D when the half started. He was back in the locker room getting that right ankle looked at. Nothing serious. They say it's a severe sprain. He's playing with a great deal of pain. They left it up to him, so he is a Warrior, so he's out there. So you know what they did, fellas? They put on more tape.
When in doubt, give me some athletic tape. He made the tackle on that first play back from our break out of Deerfield Beach. Across the middle, the catch is made. And a beauty. Ramon Barber with the catch.
Ramon Barber on the crossing route underneath on the zone, picking up a nice first down for Illinois State. Again, excellent time for Zuza in the pocket. We see the zone protection and underneath, and here comes Ramon Barber getting between the safety, between the safety and the linebacker. That's a good throw that time by Mike Zuza, leading his receiver, just getting it in the gap.
1st and 10, just across the 35-yard line. Dwayne Smith wide to the right side. Demetrius Johnson behind Souza. Johnson got a nice block. Turns it upfield. That time he was able to turn those shoulders. Fred Miller brought him down, but not after a gain of 8.
Again, you're looking at the blocking at the point of attack, not the best, but look on the outside. Watch number 81, LaRun. That's just enough. That's all you have to do. And number 34 for Illinois State, that's all he needs. LaShawn Bullock, his quickness. Again, watch that at the point of attack. It's just enough. Robinson comes down. Just that little push was enough for him to spring him outside for a big game.
Mike Stegeman, big block.
Doesn't always look pretty, but it's the hustle that counts.
2nd and 1. Just short of the 45. Driving inside, very close. Miller again on the stop. Sharon Edwards was trying to get that first down. We'll check the spot.
Looks like he got it from
very
here.
Close.
Very close. Sharon Edwards has to remember one thing when you run between the tackles, keep them shoulders down. I've noticed he gets a little high. Not going to last long in this league, especially with people like Miller hitting.
You'll get stood up.
Yes, you will get stood up.
Quickly.
You've noticed these linebackers, they do a great job of scraping. They keep their shoulders square, and they're in great hitting position every time.
I think he's about an inch short.
That's the difference of staying down.
An inch. 3rd and an inch now. As the Redbirds of Illinois State fell behind early, have tried to claw their way back. Both teams seem to be their own worst enemies.
Let's see what Illinois State can do. Here's the big 3rd down in the game. Will they pick it up and keep the drive going? Overcome some of that first half mishap.
You've got big Kevin Krieger back there with Demetrius Johnson. Krieger out of Frankfort, Illinois. 226-pound sophomore, but no, it's the quarterback keep. It is Souza, and it looks like he got it. Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Give an excellent surge on the left side. Mike Stegeman, number 64 also.
So the first down.
Dapper Davis against Stegeman Davis up front. That's what you want that quarterback sneak. It's just root hog people out and move them.
It was this point in the field last time for Illinois State that they stalled.
Going back to a little smash mouth football, it looks like.
There's the pitch. It's Edwards. Gain of a couple. Hit hard and rode out of bounds. Kevin Walls, the free safety, stepped up and drilled him. Sharon Edwards, the 6-foot senior out of Uniondale, New York.
Uniondale, home of the Long Island, the Islanders hockey team. See, running the option, and actually that's a really good job by Souza, making that step and making the defense commit towards him. Then he makes the pitch, draw the defense, then make the pitch. Picks up a nice 4-yard gain. Sharon Edwards. They got running backs coming in left and right.
They'll call it 2nd and 7. Souza. It breaks down. He'll keep across the 50. Can he get the first? He does, and out of bounds. Mike Souza tiptoeing his way for the first down.
Mike Souza doing a little dance, and Nick Ricks, I think, left part of his ankle, his knee, and maybe some of that tape. Watch Mike Souza and his athleticism. I told you, this young man can make things happen. He sets up in the pocket. There's nothing downfield. Let's move around. Let's buy some time and watch it downfield. That, whoa, I'll tell you what, man, that even hurt me standing watching it here on TV. I'm going to have to stretch out a little bit after that one. Mike Souza again. Take a look at it, folks. This is what you call, boom, let's make someone miss. That's the athleticism of number 5.
He's got a 1st and 10. Short of the 42. Quick drop. Pumps and throws long. A lot of traffic. Oh, what a catch! To the 5, to the 3. We got a flag, I believe. Dwayne Smith with the catch, do we?
Yes, I think we're going to get a little offensive pushing. That's a tough call. And again, Mike Souza, he's underthrowing that corner or the fade route. And you've got to be so careful on that, because now the refs, as soon as they see a hand on somebody else's jersey, they're going to make the call.
Yeah, because with that pump, it didn't really freeze anybody, but it gave it a moment for Smith to turn it upfield, but the ball wasn't there for him to go get it. He had to come back. And
Pass interference on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
He had to come back, and so will the ball.
Take a look at it again from the pit level, and we see a little bit of a pump on one side, and it wasn't going to freeze, but the depth of the defensive back is keeping them from getting over top. Watch Dwayne Smith.
We look at it again. It wasn't that far. He didn't really come back for it. He couldn't get open. That throw wasn't as bad as I thought it was live. Now it's a pitch back. Oh, and I think that was more of a slip than a hit, but going down hard was LaShawn Bullock.
Again, that's a very questionable call. Both people are going for the football, and from that angle you couldn't see, but it looked like from up here Dwayne Smith got his left hand just pushed off enough right at the end to come back for the football. And of course it was underthrown, and that's what allowed him to come back. If it was overthrown, he wouldn't have made the catch at all.
At the 49, 2nd and 18. So once again, midfield, getting close to red zone area. Illinois State stagnating. Edwards is the back, Sousa's the keeper. Can he turn and go up? Tries the stiff arm, but he's hauled down. Gain of a few to the 47. Vince Lewis was right there, stayed with him step for step.
You know, it's tough to tell somebody with as much athletic ability as a Mike Souza when he's running the football that maybe slow up a little bit and get in behind your blockers. That time he kind of outran his blockers, and when you get outside there, it's tough, but I can't say anything to number 5. He's Mr. Magic. He makes things happen, makes people disappear, so we'll let him do it every time.
3rd and 15 on the 47. Smith to the left side. Ramon Barber is there in the slot. Sharon Edwards, the setback. Dropping, throwing across the middle, complete, close to a first down, is a first down. And brought down at the 30-yard line. Dwayne Smith with the catch across the middle.
And Ramon Barber was the inside receiver that time on the two-man side. He ran an out route. It cleared the zone out of space underneath on the cover four zone. And Dwayne Smith coming across the middle picks up a big first down for Illinois State. Watch it again. Mike Souza getting all time in the pocket. You see the clear out by number 13, and there's Dwayne Smith underneath under the clear out. He's the second receiver. He's the first receiver. Gets underneath, big first down.
Give to Edwards. Can he turn the corner? We've got a flag, probably holding. Gets the first down. Still on his feet and out of bounds at the 15. Looked like Jim Ferguson, the right guard, might have been the offender.
Sometimes it's tough when you're that pulling guard and you're getting on your guy, you're trying to wall him, and when your running back has the speed that some of these guys in Illinois State like Sharon Edwards and Demetrius Johnson, you just get stretched and you're not sure what exactly is happening with the flow of the back. And another holding
on the offense. 10-yard penalty for the previous bat. Repeat first down.
Johnson not happy, you saw?
To Jim Ferguson, and
oh yeah,
he got it. It was just enough because he felt like the referee. The reason why he called that, the referee called that time. I mean, the back judge was because he felt like the defensive man could have made the play.
Good call. Souza now on 1st and 20. Inside handoff. Little draw to the inside.
There is some contact going on down on the field right now. Illinois State going back, and they want to be able to run the football, and they've been successful since about the beginning of the second quarter. They've really gotten into the mode here, and they're knocking some people off the ball. But again, the penalties have just been so costly for them all day.
Takes the handoff. Run out of the pocket, still on his feet. Souza, as he's going out of bounds, drills it into the turf. Wow, great pursuit that time by the Panthers.
Yeah, Bahun, number 94, excellent pursuit, but this just shows you the athletic ability of Souza, his running ability. Look at him set up in the pocket. He gets some pressure inside, and he just doesn't stop. And number 94,
Will Byan.
That's given 1,000%, and that was just enough to force him to the sidelines and not complete the pass.
6 foot, 285-pounder Will Byan kept the pressure on.
And they've done a good job, last week against Missouri and today, and they've done a pretty good job here when they've had to stop the offense of Illinois State.
Souza again, 3rd and 17. More pressure, but he steps up, his arm got raked as he tried to let that one go. Lorick was there, Marcus Lorick.
Marcus Lorick, number 97. You see the pressure, the blitz coming from the right, that would be from Souza's left side, made him step up, and here's Marcus Lorick, number 97. Again, watch the blitz coming from the outside. See number 30, the linebacker, and also Miller, 6. And that was enough to force Souza to step up, and there's Lorick making the reaching in. And
he got some long arms or what?
Oh, he does. We saw him in the warm-up. He got some.
They look to punt it away. Fair catch, but it goes in to the end zone. So 1st and 10 when they come back. As Eastern Illinois' defense stood up. What will they do on offense? We'll find out in a moment. 1st and 10 for Eastern Illinois on their own 20, leading 14-12. Andy Vincent back at quarterback. Andre Raymond behind him takes the pitch. Raymond stacked up and hit hard at the 20-yard line. Big tackle. Let's go down to the sideline. Jim Hayes.
I'm with John Steinbrecher, who is a commissioner of the Ohio Valley Conference. I guess this game is part of the Ohio Valley Gateway Challenge, so you have to be liking the outcome of this one thus far.
Well, it's been a wonderful game so far, very competitive. A great rivalry game. We got several other great rivalry games today within this series. So this is what we hope for when we put this challenge series together.
What do the two conferences get out of matching up like this?
Well, we're intersectional rivals, the most common non-conference opponent. We're very common institutions, so we benchmark against each other quite a bit. So, we try to measure ourselves against them, and we hope that they're in a position that they want to measure themselves against us.
John, thanks for the time. You see, Rammer, two conferences nurturing each other.
I think that's the story of the game, and Jim Hayes discovered that nurturing is the story. Jermaine Mobley nurtured a big gain out of that last play. Ryan Thorne was not so nurturing when he brought him down, however.
No, he wasn't. And Andy Vincent, it all started with the quarterback, number 16. Hey, there's going to be times when you have to throw against the blitz. He stood in the pocket, the young man, delivered the pass to Mobley for the big first down.
Can Eastern continue to roll? Time running down in the third, 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Campion and Raymond behind quarterback Andy Vincent. Well, they were coming. Oh, a big block in the backfield. Can Vincent turn anything into it? It broke down. Well, you got that big block, but nobody was open. Good coverage.
No, there wasn't. You only had two. You had 3 receivers on the outside working, but it was great coverage. But this is when you're coming with the blitz right now, and as we see, that's number 4 for Illinois State. Calvin Kabari-Daly, the freshman, free safety, and they're not going to let Eastern get any chance to run the football at all. They're bringing 8 and 9 men up in the box. Also in passing downs, they're going to bring the pressure against the young men.
The backs hit their blocks, but the line couldn't hold them. Now they'll try again across the middle. It's complete, caught, and dropped at the 47-yard line. Alfred Osborne across the middle. Gained most of it back.
Yes, he did. And I'll tell you, right now, the young man, Andy Vincent, has been doing a great job of standing in against the pressure and not getting, not getting rattled at all. He's finding his receiver, and there's number 1 coming across, Alfred Osborne, on the crossing pattern, getting good separation, and that's a nice throw. He kept the ball low, so he doesn't have to worry about his receiver getting hit in the teeth as soon as he catches it.
What will the Panthers call on 3rd and 4? Andy Vincent goes with Raymond as his lone setback. Looks for maximum coverage if he can get it. Good blitz and brought down. Oh, what a play. He had no time.
He had no time at all. Again, Kabari-Daly, number 4, the free safety, comes on the blitz. It takes up the extra blocker, and then we can number 97 on the outside, Landon Robinson. We see 5 sacks on the day, and that's what you're going to do to a young quarterback. Not having a chance to make any calls, and here he has to step up. And again, that was number 12, Andrew Paposi, coming on the backside. And when you get pressure from your defensive line, it opens up the blitzes lanes much easier for your safe linebackers and defensive backs.
End over end. Will they get the distance with the roll? Yes. And it will go down to the 26-yard line. So both teams look like they're ready to move, and then things slow down again. And this time it was from Illinois State's defensive pressure. They were really bringing the heat.
I'll tell you what, they really are bringing the pressure. And so far in this half, you've seen a whole different defense out of Illinois State. I think some of that nurturing probably came in some choice words. And we see here an upcoming game, Illinois State.
That Western game will be big, won't it?
Western game beginning. How about Southern Illinois? I think we'll be seeing some running backs in that game, huh?
Oh.
Abdul-Qadir, Tom Kutso.
That's Kutso.
The leading rush in the Gateway of all turns, the 3rd running back. Figure that one out here. Youngstown will be a great, all of them again. Whenever you watch the Gateway, it's always exciting.
In the Ohio Valley, Eastern Illinois, a team that they want to try and make some hay. There you see their upcomers.
SEMO up here on top. I don't think any of the pundits in the magazines that came out expected SEMO to be on top. Eastern Kentucky.
Sanford currently in 1st place, and we'll see if that holds up. They'll have a showdown late in the year. Beautiful afternoon. Neither team in the second half has been able to
I've really been
score at all.
Yeah, but I've been really impressed with Eastern's offensive line. They've done a tremendous job. You've got 2 freshman offensive guards starting up front. They've done a remarkable job almost all day in the pass protection. Just some of the blitzes, they just have not had enough blockers.
Mike Sousa, Illinois State back on his own 27, 1st and 10. Little bit of a delay, nice handoff. Demetrius Johnson rolling again, pickup of nearly 9 on the play, and he thought he was going to get more, brought down by Jake Maurer. Nice run, by Demetrius Johnson.
Demetrius Johnson making a nice cut on the backside. That's your defensive end, number 92, Travis Wanzik. He's got to be there to close that C gap. He's not. Demetrius Johnson reads it, picks up a nice 9-yard gain on that play.
Second and a long one. Just across the 35. Sousa wants to throw. He does. It's complete to the 40-yard line. And a first down as they found Laurent Robinson on the right side.
Laurent Robinson seeing the dog twist, as we say. The linebacker's twisting and coming on a blitz, and he settles down on the little hitch and picks up a first down. Now that's good reading by the wide receiver, understanding what's happening on the field, breaking off his route, and as I said, picking up a first down.
First and 10 from the 40. Demetrius Johnson, by the way, has unofficially about 87 yards today, averaging 5.9 yards a carry coming into this game. And that will end the third quarter of play. We'll come back, fourth quarter. Who's going to take command of this game? You'll find out when we come back. It's Eastern Illinois and Illinois State on Fox Sports Net. Number in one category that you think is the key, Rich Baldinger, and that is
not
one. The number is one in
number
that category.
One, and that is called the turnover category. +1.
Very beginning, opening drive of the game.
First +1, opening play of the game, and Eastern Illinois, and you know what? That's the difference in the game. They talk about turnover margins. Well, that's the reason why Eastern's out on top, 14-12.
Second and 7 from the 43. Sousa breaks down. They set it up and complete it. Johnson on the roll, flag behind the play. Across the 45 to near the 42-yard line, but a flag behind the play, and the Redbirds are not going to like it. And we think Ferguson, at least he appears to be the most upset.
This has to be his, second or third penalty in the game so far.
6'3", 267-pound senior Jim Ferguson.
And the thing is Demetrius Johnson was already 15 yards past them. I mean, these are the type of penalties that drive a coach crazy.
Personal foul, clipping on the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Take a look.
You've
You've been in these kind of battles, Rich.
Oh,
don't you know when to let off?
It's tough, and as you see it here, we're running the screen. Here comes Demetrius Johnson back across the field, and you know you're just trying to make a play, but right there we see the play. Demetrius Johnson, his guy was never going to get near. I mean, I just don't understand it. It just doesn't make any sense. The man's turned his back and he's passed it.
Sousa fakes and throws across the middle. The catch is complete. First down to the 44-yard line. What a catch across the middle and a terrific throw. Dwayne Smith hauls it in and the first down. 24-yard reception.
Dwayne Smith having an excellent afternoon, especially in the second half. And Mike Sousa getting time in the pocket again and up front and delivering the ball much better now, putting some velocity. You see the difference there? He's delivering the ball out front to his receiver, Dwayne Smith. And this has got to be the record for the most yards between the 20 and 20, but no points.
On the 45, the quick throw down the side, has his man. He couldn't come up with it over the shoulder. Very tough catch. Terrence Sanders was there. Pretty good coverage. Not a bad throw. That's just a very difficult play to complete.
Yeah, there's that fading. You got to throw it over the top, and hopefully that Joe Walkins has the speed to run underneath. But Terrence Sanders is right with him, step for step, and didn't have to worry about recovery. And I'm seeing some excellent speed here at the defensive backs for Eastern Illinois. And we see number 21, Terrence Sanderson, running. Now he plays catch-up and just out of the hands of Joe Walkins. Sooner or later, they're going to get that pass down.
But, you know, the thing that's amazing, Sousa, that's 25, 30-yard throw. That's not like a little 10 or 12-yarder. And back across the field. Now he's under pressure, but Sousa escapes. Sousa tucks and keeps it across the 40 to the 39.
Mike Sousa.
Sousa down the field with Demetrius Johnson got out there in front. Made a nice play.
Escaping the vice in the pocket and picking up a nice gain on the play. Somebody down for Easton. That's
junior Alfred Osborne, averaging 6.5 yards a catch off the field. 3rd and 4 now. Big play. for the Redbirds of Illinois State. Heavy pressure, steps up, sidearm throw. Can he get across? He can. First down.
Dwayne Smith leaping to the stars to pick up that catch. Oh, excuse me, that was Demetrius Johnson, on the outside, showing some excellent jumping ability, and you see he's flaring out, and that's the check down. There's nothing downfield, and look at the little sidearm pass, and that's some elevation, folks. That's a slam dunk. You can catch a pass like that.
You know, he didn't give up on the play.
Nope.
Johnson he stayed in an open space, made himself available for the quarterback as you said, the check down. And then made a remarkable catch.
The maturity level of Mike Souza this year compared to last year is tremendous.
First and 10 on the 28. Souza with Johnson. Pitches it back. Demetrius. Can he turn the corner? Big hit, and he's run out of bounds. Jake Maurer, one of those vaunted linebackers for Eastern Illinois. Really great pursuit from behind.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, one thing when you're defending against the option, you've got to make sure you get pursuit over the top. And this is a good job in forcing them to make the pitch. And now here comes the pursuit. You flatten out the running back into a deeper lane. He's got to go sideways, and there's Maurer.
How tough is our crew?
Standing in there.
Taking the hit.
Taking the hit. Hey,
you guys, well done.
Only on Metro Sports.
We're not picking up their medical insurance, are we? They're on their own on that, aren't they? Souza, 2nd and 8. Flushed out. Escapes. Flushed again. And out of bounds. Gain of about 2 on the play. He's slippery.
He is. Dana Slater found out the 6'4", 234-pound freshman. You go in there and get this young quarterback, Mike Souza, you better go in there and wrap him up. Number 5 shows his ability to escape in the pocket and make something out of nothing. He is the magician, number 5. He is fun to watch. There's our guy Steve with a smile on his face and maybe a few bruises. Hey, that's part of the game. Stand in there, bud. Want to get those shots.
You got to do what it takes. Souza's got to do what it takes here. Illinois State 3rd and 6. Has time. A lot of coverage. Everybody's back. Wobbly into the end zone. Slapped away. Incomplete. Is that Jake Maurer again back? Or is that Chad Cleveland?
That looks like Chad Cleveland, number 28, gets back on the play. And Robinson was wide open. He was wide open in the end zone.
Albert Brown. They had everybody back. That's we had the time, and everybody was back. But out of his hand, look and see it. It was a little wobbly.
It was a little wobbly, and you see him set up in the pocket, getting time, looking downfield, making the progression through his receivers. But Robinson was actually open a little bit, but you can't blame your quarterback. He's making the progression. And here's Albert Brown getting fouled and getting up. He got a slam dunk.
Very athletic. Snap back, fall down. It might have been partially blocked. It was wobbly and comes under the crossbar. And Illinois State continuing to find ways to come up short.
They cannot have any toes left. They've shot themselves so many times in the foot.
Stephen Carroll's been good, but not this time. We'll be back. Eastern Illinois gets the ball back. They survive and still lead 14-12, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Andy Vincent back in there at quarterback for Andre Raymond. The pitch, cuts it back. Oh, and he is twisted into a pretzel after a short gain. You know, Stephen Carroll, the kicker for Illinois State, had been marvelous so far today with a couple of long ones. That one looked very wobbly. We didn't know if maybe somebody got a hand on it. Let's see if we can figure out what happened.
He didn't get the ball turned, and he actually kicked the laces. That is the holder for Illinois State. That's the holder, Brian Busso, number 16. He didn't spin the ball, so it looks like when Carroll kicked it, he actually kicked the laces of the football, which caused it to go short.
To this point, Illinois, the penalty, by the way, against Eastern Illinois. Illinois State continuing to find ways not to get on the scoreboard.
Illinois State so far in 3 games has been 13 out of 15 in the red zone with 9 touchdowns. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not going to look good after today's game.
First and 20. Andy Vincent out of the shotgun. Across the middle, complete to Devin O'Neal. Short gain on the play.
Tough when you go to the empty backfield like that. You're not going to have max protection. Devin O'Neal reads, he sees the blitz coming, breaks the route off. Nice little game.
And it's not just one thing. Penalty yards for Illinois State. Missed field goal, fake field goal dropped. A drop pass on that one. Interception for the touchdown on the turnover, the difference in the score. Missed 2-point conversion.
The big one, penalties in the red zone. They magnified in a game like this 10 times.
Second and 16 from the 19. Vincent for the Panthers under center. Heavy rush. Can he escape? No. Oh, big blitz on the play.
Number 4, Kavari Daly. He's become the Boomer Grigsby of the 4th quarter. And Illinois State's just sending the house right now because they know the young quarterback, Andy Vincent's having some trouble up front. You've got 2, as I said, 2 freshman guards playing, and right now they should have slid the line to the left. They didn't. Kavari Daly comes in and comes up with a big sack.
Huge, Kavari Daly.
Yeah, see, that's
out of Plantation, Florida. 3rd and 26 from the 9. Little delay, and not much happening. Boomer Grigsby stuffed it.
Boomer Grigsby, and you know, it's tough to run a delay down there, but on that last play, we didn't get a chance to talk about it in the highlights. But with that blitz, that left offensive guard in the center have that slide to Kavari, pick that up. Your quarterback then can make that quick throw on the slant, but that's communication. That's a young guy not having experience.
Got to punt it away. Tom Schofield out of his own end zone. The game of field position is swinging over the red block. It's blocked and out of the end zone. Blocked it out of the end zone for a safety in a tie football game.
Special teams. Special teams.
The block. Siskovich. Cameron Siskovich. The freshman out of San Diego, California.
He came in like a wave you would find in California, San Diego, California.
We'll take a break as the worm turned. We're all tied, 14 all. They blocked the punt. We're tied at 14 after the safety, the block punt. How about the freshman on special teams, Cameron Siskowicz?
Yes, they run a nice little twist in the middle, number 40, and again, the slide protection, there was some miscommunication on the line. When you slide, you block an area, not a man, and this is what caused the block punt is number 40, Cameron Siskowicz. Blocks, runs to the point, gets the block, and we have a tied game at 14. The passion continues.
Booted away. Caught at the 30 to the 35, the 40, and brought down at the 42. Nicely done. Poposi.
That was an excellent twist. You know, you really couldn't see in the replay there, Bob, but they ran a twist in the middle, and as I said, you've got to make sure that you block to an area, not a man. They had some miscommunication up front, and Cameron, number 40, Siskowicz, came in with probably the biggest play so far for Illinois State.
Well, Illinois State did that momentum change on the block punt and the field position, and it's Souza, and it's the handoff. Apparently stuffed, but then still on his feet is Demetrius Johnson driving forward for 7 more yards. Jake Maurer finally made the stop, but he slipped that first tackle. I thought he was going to be down.
I thought it was going to be a loss, but Demetrius Johnson showing some great feet. As you watch, he's going to run behind his offensive guard. Thought he could go inside, but then again, hey, you cannot lose contain on that play. As we see number 50, the linebacker for Eastern Illinois, Jamar Day, has to make that tackle.
Second and long 3. Again, Johnson this time into the pile, nowhere to go. Gain maybe a yard and a half.
Eastern Illinois put 8 men up into the line, 7 men up onto the line, closing down the running lanes. But right now, this is where the offensive line has to stand up. This offensive line that we've been talking about all day. See Demetrius Johnson with 101 yards rushing. But this is where the big boys up front, Stegeman, Davis, Melville, Ferguson, and Wiesa have got to make something happen.
He's back there. Kevin Krieger back there as the fullback now. But again, it's Demetrius. Got a big hole. He's going to go all the way. Demetrius Johnson, 10-5, touchdown. The junior from Milwaukee, a 49-yard touchdown run, a flag on the play.
Demetrius Johnson this time following his offensive guard. I just said.
Did you see that hole?
Wait, the patience that time. As we saw Eastern Illinois try to run through the gap, followed his blocker, number 69, Ferguson, for us. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to let it score. Let's see what the penalty is. Showing
flag on the play.
There is. Oh, it is.
Celebration on sportsmanlike conduct. Let's see if we can figure out. Maybe on the right side, let's see that block.
Watch number 69, Ferguson, get around right there. That's the steal block inside. Nobody came back into the B gap with the linebacker, and here it is. Demetrius Johnson.
Redemption for Jim Ferguson. He was upset on that big penalty earlier in the third quarter, and he little redemption for him. That was a beautiful block.
He was right on the defensive back, number 36, B.J. Brown. He sealed him to outside, and that's what I'm talking about, patience. Let your
We have a touchdown. Following the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike foul on the offense. Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Well, there you have it. 20-14, going for the point after. Stephen Carroll, who missed the field goal the last time down. He punches this one right through. And it is 21-14 as Illinois State has taken command with 8:25 left. It was Demetrius Johnson. A great block, and Demetrius put it away. 21-14 Redbirds.
Away from the running game. They've let the young man Andy Vincent stand back there, fight off the bullets. It's cost them on some of the drives. If they want to have a chance, they've got to come back, get their power football game going, take some of the pressure off the young quarterback, Andy Vincent.
Stephen Carroll to kick it off. Andre Raymond deep for Eastern. Now it's squarely on the Panthers. Carroll, the 5'11 junior. Gets under it. Raymond from the 20. Straight up the gut. The 30, the 35. Got a block. The 45, the 50. Flag on the play. Brought down at the 45 of Illinois State. A tremendous run by Andre Raymond. He got some great blocking. Maybe too good. There's a flag on the play.
I'm not going to be at any special teams meeting tomorrow for either team. With the amount of yellow flags that have been thrown on special teams today, it is going to be an ugly sight. Again, costly on a great run back by Raymond.
Tremendous run.
Holding on the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And it looked like where the holding was.
It was already behind the play.
It was already behind the play. Take a look at Raymond. It's a short kick. He takes it, gets behind the wedge. The wedge gets good movement. Now he's got the running lane, and here it is, right on the outside. Must have been number 19, Brandon Robinson for Eastern Illinois. Not sure about that call.
From the 27, Andy Vincent to throw, slap back in his face. Tavari Daly, again, we've called his name a couple times on key plays.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you what, coming from the other side, on the left side, Andrew Proposi, number 12, he's going to make that quarterback throw. I'm telling you, the quarterback hears those footsteps. Tavari Daly again. Great pass deflection. Tavari Daly has become the Boomer Grigsby of the fourth quarter.
6'1" freshman really stepping up for the Redbirds. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Vincent with Raymond as the lone setback. Runs right into traffic. Throws the sidearm pass complete to the 35-yard line. The sidearm to Nick Eller.
Great reception.
Galot takes him down. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, the great reception by the tight end, Bob. But I'll tell you what, this quarterback, Andy Vincent, he's playing in traffic back there. He feels like he's out on the Interstate 57. He's getting hit so many times. But he delivers a sidearm pass, picked up a nice gain there in second down, and hopefully they can pick up the first down and keep the offense on the field.
Senior Nick Eller with a big grab in the middle. Just short of the 35-yard line. 3rd and a long 2. Out of the shotgun. Vincent. Steps up, complete. First down. Nice catch on the play. Lauren Benjamin on the catch.
Andy Vincent's going to be having some ice bags on his shoulders and every other part of his body as he takes a shot from Boomer Grigsby and delivers the pass to number 7, Lauren Benjamin on the outside. And I'll tell you what, Andy Vincent has impressed me today. They were worried about a quarterback. Well, that's the guy right there, number 16. Anyone who will stand and take shots like that has got the toughness and the leadership to be quarterback for me.
Lauren Benjamin with a big catch, a 5'10" junior out of Florida. Eastern on the move. 1st and 10 from the 43. Pitch back. Tough play. The catch made. Fumble. Eastern falls on it, and they'll have it. Raymond fumbled as he shot through the line. I believe it's the fullback, Campione, who fell on it. We'll take a look and see.
Yeah, it is, and that was actually, again, a good toss, sweet run. Frank Hispagnoli following behind his blockers. But when you get into that traffic, you got to put 2 hands on. I'm not sure who hit that. Was that number 4, Kavari Daly? Was that him who made that hit? I think it was.
Was it Daly again?
Was it Daly on the hit?
He's everywhere.
What's the word we used in the first quarter? Ubiquitous? Man, I'll tell you what. It's scaring me. That library, I can't look at it anymore.
2nd and a couple of feet. Vincent. Draw inside. Raymond across. He's thrown back, but they'll give him the spot on the first down to the 44-yard line. Eastern really rolling now.
Eastern doing a good job finally in this drive. They're mixing up their running plays. Instead of going to strength, they're coming back weak side. They run what we call a tackle trap, and this is what they did in the first quarter so well. They went to the inside, to the outside, toss sweeps. They're very effective on it, and this is where I think that they beat, they have had really good success against Illinois State, is mix it up. Don't allow those guys just to blitz and come through the gap.
Ryan Voss, wide to the left side. Devin O'Neill, wide right. Andre Raymond on 1st and 10 behind Andy Vincent. Vincent to drop. Heavy pressure. He got hit as he threw. Incomplete. Great pressure and coverage. Kavari Daly was there. Josh Crestman, the junior defensive end, was there. They were coming.
They're bringing the house, Illinois State. And, you know, I don't think there's the best communication between the quarterback and his receivers. He's got to understand when you're in and, you know, when that many people coming, there's going to be a hot route. You've got to break it off quicker. You can't expect your quarterback to stand back there against the wave of white jerseys.
Mobley and Hobson. 2 of the 3 to the right side. O'Neill to the left. 4 receivers in there. It's a pitch back for Raymond. Cross to the 40. Got a good block. Goes for the first down and gets it and out of bounds at the 32. First down running for Andre Raymond.
Great job of following blocks. Number 72, Andrew Dufresne, the big 6'6", 280-pound sophomore. Let's watch it. Toss sweep. Get him outside. Now that's it. Just kind of wait. You see how he delays just a little bit? Yep. Now he jumps outside, and that's what gives him the extra 5 yards. They talked about his smarts and his toughness. I'm seeing both today from number 5, Andre Raymond.
He really used Andy Dufresne well, didn't he, as right tackle? Really did a nice job using him.
Stutter step.
1st and 10 from the 32 now. Vincent Webb in there at tailback. They'll give to Webb. Dives forward, maybe a yard. The Redbirds wanted to fumble, but it appears they're blowing it down. And I tell you what, Denver is hot. Denver Johnson threw the cap to the ground.
And the tight end, number 87 for Eastern, that would be Chris Walter. He got away with a little bit of a hold, but keep your feet moving. Let's watch it at the point of attack. Watch number 87 get speed on a slant move against Andrew Poposi. Let's take a look at it, and can't really tell from that look.
2nd and 8. Webb still in there as Andre Raymond getting a breather out of the shotgun. Vincent, the junior from Colorado. Comes back. Picked off, is it? It picked off. He picked it off. Antoine Oliver. For a moment, it appeared he had fumbled it, but he held on. The official says Illinois State football with 4:27 left.
Antoine Oliver. As you see the pressure coming from the outside from who but number 4, Kavari Daly. And again, there's miscommunication again. That's number 3, Jermaine Mobley. He has to know that his quarterback's going to be under blitz and constant pressure.
Nice wingman as he tried to return that.
Yes, he did.
You got to have pads, don't you? Is that illegal equipment?
Andy Vincent trying to deliver the ball on the outside, but his receiver, Jermaine Mobley, not on the same page.
What a huge play because Eastern was absolutely rolling. Now the clock is their enemy, driven forward, trying to strip the ball from Johnson. Couldn't do it. Short game.
Antoine Oliver coming up with a big interception. You know, we said last year, one of the points of concern was the coverage at the cornerback position. They had a little struggle in the first half, but today when they needed a big play, a guy who used to play at Eastern, Antoine Oliver, steps up.
That was huge, pulling that off his shoe tops, keeping it under control. Demetrius Johnson out.
Now, no matter what happens today, Andy Vincent, you have to take your hat off to the guy. He did a good job. He really stood in against the blitz and made some throws and under a lot of pressure.
2nd and 9 from the 27. Souza, that was deflected. Kevin Walls in on the play. Free safety.
I'm not exactly sure why you want to take a chance of running a boot at this position in the field, and you've had really good success of running the football. I think you want to keep the ball, keep the clock moving, and grind it out, and you just don't want to give this football back to Eastern at all right now. You know, Denver right now is Denver Johnson. I don't think they got a meter that can measure his blood pressure.
Ron Lambert, by the way, was that assistant coach from Illinois State who was trying to play left wing on that play. 3rd and a short 10 yards. Or should we say a long 9. Down the middle, almost picked off. Incomplete. Kevin Walls again in on the play. Walls, the 6-foot sophomore, 2 big plays in a row.
Kevin Walls, a free safety, just standing in the backfield. He's the outfielder. He's got a chance to make the pick, but again, I don't understand the play. They're only rushing 3, dropping 8. Why are you trying to throw into that deep zone? And there's Walls. Kevin Walls, watching number 41, almost coming up with a big interception.
Wow. Now Troy Maskell to punt it away. Petaway back. 2 receivers. Shanks. And out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Oh, the worm can't figure out which way to turn.
Folks, don't turn your TV off just yet. This is long from being over with.
26-yard punt. Well, Illinois State had a chance and missed a field goal earlier. Messed up on a 2-point conversion. Now a shanked punt gives Eastern Illinois a chance on their home field with time running out, 3:20 remaining. Wow. Grinding it out, trying to anyway. It gives to Raymond. Brought down, short gain, maybe 1.
Gene Galat, number 42, one of those inside linebackers. On the tackle. And see, Bob, this is such an important game to Illinois State because it's a game of maturity. We've watched these guys so many times in the past, and they lose games the most stupidest way. Today is a game they've got to step up and win this, overcome these turnovers, come out on top, and you get your confidence.
Devin O'Neal, Brandon Petaway. Out wide to the right side. The throw across the middle, it's complete and brought down. Oh, for a short gain. Govan brings down Thompson.
And that's a good job on the coverage. Keep the receivers in front of you. Let them catch the ball on the underneath routes and then make the tackle.
Dwanzel Hobson. 3rd and 6 now. Andy Vincent out of the shotgun at 3rd and 6. Yeah, jump, the right side jump, and it may have been DeWanzel Hobson. No, it was Nick Eller, the tight end.
Got a little eager. He just can't afford that. This situation in the game, 3rd and 6.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Just when the other team's trying to hand it back to you, say, no, that's okay.
Both sides. Now you're the offensive coordinator. Now you're the offensive coordinator. What do you do with 3rd and 11? Was 3rd and 6, now it's 3rd and 11. Changes the whole format.
Jermaine Mobley into the game. He'll come wide to the right side. Devin O'Neal wide left. Vincent back there with Andre Raymond. Slot right, Hobson. High snap. Throw across the middle. Oh, just behind him and incomplete. He had DeWanzel Hobson wide open. If he throws it in front of him, they've got the first down. A hair behind and off that right shoulder.
DeWan, it was just a little bit behind him, and he had the cornerback beat. Let's take a look at it. This was an excellent route. Again, good time up front for Andy Vincent. He has a chance to step up in the pocket, deliver the pass, and it's just a little bit behind his receiver. Number 23 receiver for Illinois State, Chris Gavan, was a step behind. Almost a big reception by Hobson if that ball's out in front.
4th and 11. Eastern Illinois says this is the game. Vincent across the middle. Oh, there might be a flag. Let's see. It's incomplete. A late flag. Oh!
It's on top. He's on.
Denver Johnson is beside himself. The hat came off again.
The ball might have been tipped, so it's not a penalty. It might have been tipped.
If it was tipped, let's see. They're not going to rule the tip.
Devin O'Neal. Let's watch Devin O'Neal. Take a look at the replay again. Good time in the pocket.
Vincent.
And he steps up, delivers the pass, a little sidearm.
I don't think it was tipped. I think he just got under the ball a little bit.
What the back judge is seeing is the right hand of Sam Jurgen on the wide receiver back.
It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Oh.
He's seeing the right hand. We can't see it on the replay, Bob, but he's seeing the right hand on the back of the receiver. So I said, how important is this game? Wow. Game of maturity. You have a chance to run it out. The last play, and here we have Eastern Illinois hanging on.
1st and 10. From the Illinois State 40. Campion and Raymond. Behind Vincent. To Raymond. He flicks. The flea flicker across the middle, and he threw it low. O'Neal was well covered, though.
He was, but you know what? The game ball goes to number 1, Sam Jurgen on that one. He didn't get caught looking in the backfield and in the pass, but what's number 1? Sam Jurgen stays with his receiver. You can't really see it on this look. We see the flea flicker, and you see Andy Vincent set up, and he's looking. He doesn't want to hit coming across the middle. He's actually looking for his receiver. Sam Jurgen is there all the way. Watch number 2, Antoine Oliver, gets a little stutter step, but I'm telling you, Andy Vincent wanted to go deep for the home run.
2nd and 10. Vincent, it breaks down. He's in trouble. Vincent on the run. Complete. And run out of bounds. Nick Eller with the catch. Gain of about 7 on the play. And faced with another big 3rd down situation.
Andy Vincent maturing in front of our eyes, sets up in the pocket. There's none there. Let's go outside. I want to live for another day. The young man rolls out, and he finds his tight end, number 88, Nick Elder, who stays alive on the sideline.
Tackle Andy Dufresne didn't give up on the play.
No, he did not. Keep his feet going.
Second block. 3rd and 2. For the end zone. Too far.
I think
Jermaine Mobley.
I think Antoine Oliver got away with one there. I think he might have got away with a little hole, but we'll see. But that was excellent coverage. Jermaine Mobley working down the sidelines, and Andy Vincent showing some soft touch on the throw.
Antoine Oliver They tried to get him in coverage, the junior.
Bob, it ain't over till it's
Another
over.
fourth down for Eastern.
It ain't over till it's over.
You see the clock. 4th and 2. Andre Raymond, is that the obvious choice for the 2 yards? We shall see. Andy Vincent wants to throw. He does. He drops it. Through the hands of Devin O'Neal. Ball game.
Take a sigh. I think Denver Johnson probably would like to just sit down right now for a moment. I'll tell you what, Illinois State stepped up when they needed to have a play. They got it done today.
My, oh my.
Watch it on the outside. We see Devin O'Neal working inside, and he just dropped the football. Right through. That was actually right in his hands, delivered right where he had to on the inside route.
Denver
down
Johnson.
and low and in tight.
Oh, it's cool. I'm cool. Everything's fine. Just what we planned.
Yeah, it's just a Saturday afternoon. Just a Saturday afternoon.
3 timeouts left for Eastern. We'll see how Souza plays it. Goes back, hands it to his main man. He cuts it outside. Demetrius Johnson got some space. Goes down at the 42-yard line. Clock running. 25 seconds left. Timeout called by Eastern. My, oh my, what a strange game this one has been. And Illinois State out of the Gateway Football Conference trying to come in here and steal one from Eastern Illinois after they handed it to them on the first series of the game.
Both quarterbacks on both sides of the football have played tremendous today. Mike Souza for Illinois State, Andy Vincent for Eastern Illinois. Two leaders, two tough guys, two warriors trying to get it done. And Mike Souza coming out on top today after the disaster from last year. And you know what? Until a moment ago, he probably wasn't too sure himself.
You know, you see it in this college game, and at this level, 1AA, Gateway Football, Ohio Valley, and to see these kids, and you've talked about it a lot today, when you talk about the maturity and seeing not only individuals but groups and units come together, that's part of the beauty of this game.
Oh, it is. And today I saw a young offensive line make some miscommunications for Eastern Illinois on offense, but they stepped up overall and played a great game. And how about Illinois State? That offense line, when they had to make the run, when you have to do it, you know what, your coach comes over to you, you come over the sidelines, he says, hey, there's no choice, you have to win. Guys
like Jim Ferguson, the right guard for Illinois State. He's a senior, made a mistake that, you know, cost him a huge drive, but he comes back and makes a big block for a winning score later.
And Demetrius Johnson and all the running backs, and how about Mike Souza? You know, he has a guy out there leading his offense, and now you got a team believing. You got a team believing in your quarterback, and they're on the, this high-powered offense is going in the right direction. And Denver Johnson, hey, my hat's off to him. It's been a struggle for a couple years, but you get people to believe in you, and now maybe they've turned that corner. They've got the confidence that they can come out and win all the time.
26 seconds left. Eastern can call more timeouts. And they've not given up. I called ball game, but if they can make some stops and try a chance for a miracle play, and that's why they're playing it out.
I think Monday night you saw the Giants and the Dallas Cowboys in that game. Everybody probably turned off their TVs and went to sleep, and when they woke up in the morning, they had a little bit of surprise.
20 carries, 159 yards for Demetrius Johnson. How about that?
Superb running back. Transfer out of University of Minnesota.
The push forward. Looks like they got the first down. Another timeout called by Eastern. Yes. 19 seconds left.
Bob, when you talk to the fans out, the public and everything about this game, there's so much confidence. And, you go through these games in your career and you get in these positions all the time, and immediately in the back of your head, that little bug jumps up and goes, well, can I really win? Is something going to go wrong? But today for Illinois State, I think maybe they finally climbed out of that hole. They found a way to get it done. And, for Denver Johnson, who's tried so hard, maybe this is it for him finally.
Well, his success continuing. If they hold on and win, 5-1 in his career against Eastern, but he'll lose a few hairs out of his head on this one.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to be happy with the penalties. But so many times in the past we've watched Illinois State and they would have lost a game like this. They would have come back and said penalties. But you know what? Today they stood up and they said, no, we're not going to capitulate here in the fourth quarter. We're going to find a way to get it done. And they did. And they could come out on top.
19 seconds left and a first down. And now.
And that's what's great about this game. You see the growth and the maturity of people out in the field. You constantly see them week in and week out. And that's what makes this game of football so fantastic.
Player down for Eastern Illinois, down on the 40-yard line, have not seen a number. And trainers are out to talk to him.
And Eastern has nothing to bow their heads about. Let me tell you something. Those are the linebackers. I'll take those three guys any day of the week on my team.
Illinois State, if they hold on to win, will go to 3-1, and then next Saturday play Florida Atlantic, another game out of conference before they get into the conference schedule with a home game against Northern Illinois on October 4th. Eastern, after this game, will be 1-2 if this score holds up. Then they go on the road to Indiana State and then down to SEMO, a team that has started slowly after some lofty predictions before the season. So they'll want to get into conference and make some things happen. So both these teams have a good schedule, a tough schedule.
Yes, they do. But the one thing today is they're finding out is I think they found their quarterback, Andy Vincent. They've got their offensive line going in the right direction. Now, let me tell you something. When you lose a quarterback like Tony Romo that they had here, 3 times the offensive player, in 3 years in a row, the offensive player for the Ohio Valley Conference. When you lose somebody like that through graduation, you're going to struggle. You've got to find a new leader for the offense. It just takes time. And I think maybe they found a guy here in Andy Vincent today. He showed me a lot of poise, leadership in the pocket. He just didn't come out on top.
Still checking out a player down on the field, trying to get a number. It appears it's Fred Miller, who's finally up and walking under his own power, and that's great news. He is a warrior.
He is a warrior. He's a consummate linebacker, great speed, great pursuit, great coverage. I mean, everything about this guy is a positive. And they talked about these 3 linebackers. Let me tell you something. These 3 Amigos are crazy. They all over the field.
Another 6'1", 230-pound senior with great speed.
Great strength. All these guys.
Nose for the ball, as you point out, loves to hit.
Loves contact.
Wants the contact.
And you know what? If you don't have it in a linebacker, it doesn't matter what coaching, doesn't matter what scheme you're in. You've got to love contact. And these 3 guys have done a great job. Maurer, Nick Ricks, playing with a bad ankle, showed what he could do on the goal line. And this team, defensively, the stats don't show. I mean, of course, the stats are good for Illinois State, but overall, when they had to make stops, they did.
Fred Miller holding his neck, so that's a little bit of a scare, but it looked like he was smiling a little bit. Illinois, the smiles are on that side of the field at Illinois State. They survived. I'm sure their coach Denver Johnson will remind them of a whole lot of things. And that's, hey, if that's the worst that happens this next week, you're in good shape.
Let me tell you something. Tomorrow morning at the meetings with Denver Johnson, there's nobody going to be getting nuggies on the head.
No.
Old Denver, I think, he could still strap it up and go out there and play a few quarters himself. Former player in the NFL. And the guy is such a down-to-earth individual, and I'm really happy for his team, coming with a big win.
Souza pulls it out of there.
Mike Souza.
There's the timeout.
I think Mike Souza, in the beginning of the game, he threw the interception. He got a little rattled, was maybe guiding the football a little bit, wasn't getting good throws to some of his receivers behind on some of the routes, but in the second half, when he had to stand up and make something happen, his scrambling ability, his smarts, his knowledge of the game really helped the offense get going.
Our next television game, you and I are going to Ohio. Youngstown State, the Penguins take on SMS.
Now, there's a night game.
I can't wait. That's going to be a lot of fun. It continues, and it's the final game, I believe, of the OVC, not the final game of the OVC. Gateway Challenge.
It's always fun to go to Youngstown. Football factory.
I have not been there in many, many years, but I'm looking forward to it.
Great place.
Home of the Penguins.
Oh, yes, it is. The Ice Palace.
Yeah. And if you get there very late in the year, you know why they're the Penguins.
Yes, I can understand. Yes.
There's no doubt about it.
Oh, glad we're going early this year. Another great program. Coach Haycock there, and getting that turned around, and the home of Jim Tressel, and we know what he's done up in Ohio State.
Yes, sir. There's the whistle as Mike Souza, who was spectacular today, out of Royal Oaks, California, led his Illinois State Redbirds to victory. It was hard fought, and it was in question till late in the fourth quarter. The coaches, Johnson and Spoo, shake hands at midfield. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the wrap-up for you. Illinois State, 21-14 over Eastern Illinois. 21-14 the final. Illinois State survived.
Yes, they do. Denver Johnson survived the scare here. He came back with a big win. There was revenge today, and he came out on top.
Great day. Glad you were with us. For Jim Hayes and Rich Baldinger, I'm Bob Ramsey. Thanks for being with us. The Ohio Valley Gateway Football Challenge. Good afternoon, everybody.